Hello everyone, welcome to What If Naruto Fell in Love with Erza Scarlet movie. Before we start, please go support Naruto x Erza 41 for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Naruto is a male in this story. Chapter 1, Unexpected. In the End Valley, or what remains of it. Two people are seen lying on the ground in a place where there were 11 statues, one of Uchiha Madara and the other of Senju Hashirama. The two people lying were Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto, both friends without an arm until their partner Hiruno Sakura arrived. And his sensei Hatake Kakashi and his partner began to apply medical ninjutsu to stop the bleeding until Sasuke spoke. Sasuke Sakura, the weak Uchiha, spoke. Sakura, shut up, don't talk, let me stop the bleeding, Hiruno interrupted her. Sasuke Sakura, I'm sorry, said the Uchiha with regret. Sakura was surprised by what he said. Sakura, you better be idiot, said Hiruno while crying. Naruto looked at that, moved, and his sensei approached him and asked him. Kakashi, and tell me, Naruto, will you fight for Sakura's love or will you leave for Hinata's love? Hatake asked him very doubtfully. Naruto thought about it for a bit until he answered. Naruto, none. The Uzumaki responded as if nothing had happened. That surprised Team 7 because he wouldn't fight for Sakura's love for her, but he wouldn't be with Hinata, who proposed to her and almost gave her life to save him, which made Sakura very angry. Sakura, how won't you be with Hinata? You're an idiot, what? Hiruno screamed, pissed off. Sasuke and Kakashi looked at him with a very serious face, waiting for an explanation. In the sky. Niji, like he wouldn't be with Hinata-sama, the Hyuga shouted, very angry. Niji, then having sacrificed my life was not enough for me to be with her, said the Hyuga in a very depressing way. Jiraiya, ha ha ha, he's finally going to make her known to her, said the Sannin of the Toads very happily. Minato. What are you talking about, sensei? Asked the Namikaze with a very doubtful face. Minato, look, I would have liked him to be with Hinata, said the Namikaze. Kushina, what is what you did to my son to not want to be with Hinata, said the Uzumaki very angry. Kushina, she is the only one who can make Naruto happy, the Uzumaki continued shouting. Jiraiya, he well, it turns out that Naruto is here, said the Sannin of the Toads, waiting for Naruto to say his part of him. On Earth. Naruto, well, that's because I am, said the Uzumaki, making his team more and more impatient. Jiraiya / Naruto married, said the Uzumaki and the Sannin at the same time. There was total silence until suddenly a scream was heard in the sky as on Earth. What, everyone shouted. In the sky. Minato, how is he married? Asked the Namikaze, surprised. Kushina explained that. Jiraiya, how is it that my baby is married, said the Uzumaki with her cubey hair. On Earth. Naruto, I don't know why I feel sorry for Ero Sannin, the Uzumaki thought. Sasuke d. Dobe, how come you are married, said the Uchiha, stuttering from how surprised he was. Kakashi. Well, that's a surprise, said the Hatake. Sakura, because you never said it, said Hiruno angrily. Naruto, they never asked me, told the Uzumaki in idiot mode, taking an anime style, dropping out of Sasuke and Kakashi and pissing off Sakura even more, who was about to hit him when she heard a scream. Daddy, a girl's voice shouted. Team 7 looked around to see where the scream came from and saw nothing until a blur of red and blonde fell from the sky above Naruto, who no longer screamed in pain comically because the girl fell into his crotch. Naruto P. Why, Kami, I already lost an arm, now my eggs and sausage hurt, said the Uzumaki while tears came out of his eyes. Daddy, you have saved eggs and chorizo, I can eat it, the girl asked innocently, leaving the rest of Team 7 in shock. Sakura, aside from Casanova pedophile, now I will kill you, Hiruno shouted out of her temper. Naruto, stop, Sakura P. I had to explain it, said the Uzumaki, still in pain and afraid that Sakura would finish him off. Sakura was about to hit him when she remembered something. Kakashi / Sakura / Sasuke, wait, she said, thinking Team 7 in shock. In the sky. You see a beaten Jiraiya and Kushina, Minato and Niji, who were still depressed for giving his life for nothing. Kushina/Minato/Niji, she said. She said the three thoughts at the same time, and another scream was released from both sides in both heaven and earth. On earth. She said, Daddy, they all shouted in synchronicity, seeing the girl as they began to see her well. The girl looked like she was 4 years old. She had red hair with blonde touches up to her neck, with light skin, blue eyes and 2 marks on her eyes. Cheeks on each side of Ella, dressed in a green dress and white shoes. Yup, it was definitely her daughter de Ella from the marks on her cheeks. De Ella. Naruto. Akari, what are you doing here? Is more how you got here? Uzumaki asked. Akari Edo, I wanted to see you, Daddy, said the girl in idiotic Naruto mode. Naruto, yes, I already know that, but how did you get here? Uzumaki asked. Akari, well, it's been a month since you went to visit me and Mommy, so we were going to go to your house to see you, Daddy, the girl explained. Naruto, oh, and how did you know I was in this place? Naruto asked, trying to explain how the girl got to him. Akari, well, Uncle Natsu felt your power 2 kilometers away and did me the favor of launching me, Akari said. Suddenly they began to feel a killer instinct greater than that of the Jubi. Kakashi, oh, I don't know that instinct. This is going to get ugly, Kakashi thought in panic. In hell. The Akatsuki are seen trembling with fear, and Madara too, who peed in his pants. Madara, this feeling is so ugly. I still remember when Hashirama freed him, Madara thought in a corner, saying. Madara is a good friend, Hashirama, said the legendary Uchiha with fear. In the sky. Jiraiya, I feel sorry for the person who threw the girl. This could be considered a massacre because that instinct is Jiraiya, the Sannin thought in panic. On Earth. That's the parental instinct, Kakashi, Jiraiya and Madara thought at the same time with fear. Naruto covered the girl's ears. Naruto, I'm going to kill that Natsu for the idioticness he did to my daughter. He's a son of the hitch. I'll break him things to his beep, son of the double beep, and I'll cut his heinous into 1,000 pieces. Naruto, he said, until after a few minutes he calmed down. Kakashi, seeing that she had already calmed down, decided to speak. Kakashi, Naruto, who is she? Kakashi asked, and the rest of Team 7 also paid attention. Naruto, well, this is my daughter Uzumaki. Akari, said Naruto proudly. Akari, hello, said Akari. Naruto remembered something. Naruto, hey daughter, who came with you? Naruto asked his daughter for him. Akari, well, Uncle Natsu, Uncle Gray, and Mirajane, Uncle Elfman, and Lisana and my mom were coming. Akari responded to her father while counting on her fingers. Naruto, oh, and how are everyone's daughter? Naruto asked, happy to see his other friends and his dear wife. Akari, okay, but said Akari to her father, but she began to worry about her dad. Naruto, but what Akari? Naruto asked his daughter again. Akari, mommy is not in a good mood, Daddy told the girl, very worried about her father. Suddenly Naruto turned pale and just thought. Naruto, oh my god, I hope I can survive, thought Naruto with fear of dying from his wife's fury. Chapter 2: The Arrival of the Visit and the Anger of a Father and Mother. While both Team 7 received the unexpected news, they saw how the blonde boy who told them that he had a daughter turned white as if he were seeing a ghost like a sheet. Kakashi, hey, what do you mean by visitors coming? Kakashi asked doubtfully. The girls stared at him while Kakashi waited for an answer until the girls started laughing. Akari, sir, you are so old that you have a lot of gray hair, Gray-san answered the girl while laughing. Kakashi was fuming. He was not bothered by his gray hair but his old age, and he was in a corner murmuring. Kakashi, I'm not old, I'm just mature as meat, Kakashi muttered while Sasuke and Sakura got an anime-style drop. Sasuke, right, meat, that's not what fruits and vegetables do, until now that I think about it. When I get to the village I will eat some very large tomatoes, Sasuke thought while a river of slime filled the place. Sakura, Kaya, I'm going to get wet, Sakura thought while she jumped around avoiding the slime from touching her. Naruto, getting out of the scare, got up and went straight to Sasuke. Naruto, hey Sasuke, fear you can free the Bijus. Sasuke got a vein on his head because of fear. Akari, hey daddy, what did mommy tell you about giving people nicknames? Said the girl scolding her father. Naruto, don't call names because it's rude, Naruto responds like a primary school child. Sasuke, finally a savior, Sasuke thought happily. Naruto waited for another scolding until the girl spoke again. Akari, if you call yourself daddy, now you have to apologize to Team San for saying Sasuke. Seriously, what an ugly nickname, the girl responded to her father. There was silence until Naruto started laughing like crazy, and Naruto swore he heard on the planetary rocks that the Bijus were laughing about it too. Naruto ha 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 ha. Okay, I won't say Sasuke to Team San again, he shouted the last thing while laughing like crazy. While both Sasuke had other thoughts. Sasuke, do and kill her, do and kill her, do and kill her, Sasuke thought quickly, and in the process he made a signal with his only arm and the planetary spheres began to fall and the Bijus came out of them. I'm finally free, Shikaka shouted. He can finally stretch his legs, said Matatabi. I'll look for a lake where I can soak for a while, Isabu said. I wonder where I can find bananas my size, Son Goku said out loud. You know that's impossible, Chomei responded. Oh, but it's not worth dreaming, replied Son Goku. Well, leaving the bananas aside now, what will we do? Saiken said. Well, I don't know if I should stay with B, Gyuki said doubtfully. And that's because? Saiken asked confused. Because it makes me more comfortable being with Naruto, because with B he just spends his time making rhymes that don't even rhyme, Gyuki responded. Hear that last rhyme, Gyuki shouted happily. He in your face buwii, Gyuki shouted, doing a killer bee pose. Great goodbye to peace in the Bija, amen, Shikaka thought while praying while he saw Gyuki making very silly poses. Kurama, who had been silent watching the girl, decided to ask. Hey Naruto, who is that girl? Kurama asked Naruto. Naruto turned to Kurama. Naruto, oh Kurama, hello, this is my daughter Uzumaki Akari, Naruto responded happily. There was silence among the Bijus until what the Bijus shouted, including Kurama. How do you have a daughter? Kurama asked, fearing that she might not be as stupid as Naruto. You didn't know, Kurama? Gyuki asked. To be honest, Kurama said. No, answered the Nine Tails. Naruto, how is that? Kurama finished. Naruto, that what? Naruto responded in his idiotic way. I mean the girl, how did you get her? Kurama asked. Naruto smiled and somehow he pulled out some glasses and leaned on Kurama's leg. Naruto, well, you see, Kurama, when two people love each other very much and want to take their lives to another level, Naruto was going to finish saying, but he saw Sakura's face that said, you take away the girl's innocence, and I'll kill you, because Naruto doesn't realize that her daughter was listening, and also because she wanted to know how she was born. Naruto, well, you see, Naruto couldn't answer because he was nervous. Until a voice saved him. The stork brought it, a voice was heard. Everyone turned to look and saw a redhead with other people. She had a white sleeveless blouse, a blue skirt and black boots, and Kurama was alarmed. Oh my god, Kushina is reborn. Kurama knelt before Erza. Sorry for what he thrown and my hitting. Kurama begged for his life because he knew what Kushina was like when he got angry. Everyone got an anime-style tearjerker when they saw how Kurama got when he thought Erza was Kushina. Erza, because you asked my forgiveness, and who is Kushina? Erza asked, very surprised. Kurama saw her well, then he turned to look at Naruto, and then he saw Akari and saw that she was a combination of Erza with parts of Naruto, and then after putting the puzzle together he asked. Naruto, don't tell me that she is. Kurama was interrupted. Well, I didn't realize those big animals, Akari shouted, very excited. Everyone got a drop, but for those on Team 7 it was even bigger. She is definitely Naruto's daughter, those of Team 7 thought, because they saw how little of an idiot the girl was. But a typical third idiot appeared. Surprising, I had not seen them, Natsu shouted. Not another third idiot, no, those from Team 7 thought with pity towards themselves. But Kakashi put those thoughts aside and asked. Kakashi, Naruto, who are they and how come they are not under the infinite Tsukuyomi? Asked Kakashi. Naruto, well, first of all I will introduce you, said Naruto. Naruto, this big guy here is Elfman, the middle brother, Naruto pointed out, to which the big man greeted. Naruto, this other one here is Mary Jane, the older sister, he pointed to the gothic girl. Naruto, this last one is Lisana's younger sister. Lisana welcomed. Naruto, the one with black hair around here is. He couldn't finish the presentation because he was interrupted. Natsu, the ice stripper, answered Natsu. Naruto, exactly, the ice striper. No, wait, turns to look at Natsu. Naruto stared at Natsu, then smiled and approached him. Naruto, hello Natsu. How have you been? Naruto asked kindly. Natsu, fine, but I couldn't say the same about you, answered Natsu, looking at Naruto. Natsu, by the way, and your arm? Natsu asked. Akari, yes, it's true, Daddy. What happened to your arm is gone, Akari asked her father. Let's see Naruto respond to your daughter, Erza said, also waiting for an explanation from Naruto. Naruto, well, my friend Sasuke and I played a lot of rock, paper, scissors and our arms got tired and fell off, Naruto responded to his daughter. Erza, well, that's the best way to explain it to a girl, Erza thought, since she hoped she would ruin it. Akari, and why haven't you looked for it, Daddy? Akari asked. Naruto, well, you see, they grew wings and flew, Naruto responded very idiotically. Suddenly a slap in the face was heard throughout the place from everyone except Naruto, Akari and Natsu, who believed it. Seriously, I'm surprised that your idiot level is more than 9,000, Kurama thought with a device like Vegeta's XD. Akari, well, I would have liked to see it, Akari responded with stars in her eyes. Natsu, oh, so if I cut my arm it will fly? Natsu asked excitedly. Then Naruto remembered something. Naruto, hey Natsu, by any chance, you weren't the one who threw Akari here? Naruto asked, making Erza remember too. Natsu. Yes, and what strength I have, he said, proud of himself. And suddenly he felt a killer instinct worse than the Jubi again XD, but this time it was twice as strong. Kakashi thought while crying, praying to heaven. In the sky. Minato, Kushina and Jiraiya saw that. Minato, don't even believe it, Kakashi. I want to live even if I'm already dead, the Namikaze thought out loud. Kushina. Hey, old pervert, who is that redhead? Kushina asked Jiraiya. Jiraiya, well, she is Naruto's wife, answered the Sannin of the Toads while trembling from the instinct he felt. Kushina, yes, that's redheads are the best in your face, girls and women with blue and pink hair, Kushina shouted, very happy for her son and daughter-in-law. In hell. Madara was in the corner again, but this time lying on the floor sucking his thumb while saying, Madara, be a good friend. Hashirama and Mito-sama, said the legendary Uchiha in the fetal position in a low voice, remembering that for the current couple on Earth. On Earth. Sakura suddenly felt offended, just like a blue hair in a dream. Sakura, because suddenly I hate redheads, Sakura thought. But the others were still trembling out of instinct. Suddenly Natsu was covered by two shadows. When he saw them, he saw Naruto and Erza, and he became smaller while they grew. Naruto, so you were the one who threw Akari, Naruto said with his hair shadowing his eyes, and Naruto was surrounded by a golden light like Goku, while he clenched the fist of his good arm and cracked his fingers. Erza, I didn't remember either, said Erza, as did Naruto. Poor boy, the Bijus in Team 7 thought. There, Natsu, you screwed up, the fairy tale people thought. Natsu, mommy, Natsu said in a panicked small voice. Naruto/Erza, Kinjutsu, Odo-san, Ka-san, Tenkin secret technique, father and mother strike, they both hit Natsu and sent him flying. Natsu aayee, Natsu shouted as he disappeared in a flash like a star. Ouch, they all thought. In the sky. I'm so proud, Kushina and Minato thought about such a technique. Jiraiya, I'm glad I'm not alive anymore, Jiraiya thought with fear. On Earth. Seeing that it was going to take a while for Natsu to fall, Erza turned to look at Naruto and approached him seductively and stood at the level of his ear and began to speak to him in whispers. Erza, hey Naruto-kun, Erza asked very seductively. Naruto, yes, Naruto responded, very nervous about such an act. Erza, I hope you recover quickly so you and I can go to a room. Do you know why? Erza asked, still seductively. Naruto, of course, yes, Naruto responded in a low voice and excitedly had an erection thinking about what they would do. Erza, I'm glad you know. Suddenly Erza's voice changed to a demonic voice. Erza, because I'm going to castrate you for not warning me there was a war, Erza yelled in his ear, making the blonde paler than a ghost. Mommy! Naruto thought with fear. In the sky. Kushina, oh, I feel so happy that my son found the right girl, Kushina said with tears when she saw that Erza was not soft like she was with Minato. Minato. Son, I'll be waiting for you here eagerly, said Minato, thinking that his son would be dead in a few moments. On Earth. Kakashi, ahem. Sorry for interrupting the moment, but can you tell me who she is? Kakashi asked again. Naruto regained his color. Naruto, well, she is my wife, Erza Scarlet, Naruto responded. Erza. Nice to meet you, Erza said while giving Naruto a you're not safe look. Kakashi, okay, well you could answer why they are not in the infinite Tsukuyomi, Kakashi asked. Naruto for once used his brain. Naruto, well, you see, the infinite Tsukuyomi catches people based on chakra, but as you see, they don't use chakra but magic, and if you're wondering why Akari didn't fall, it's because she hasn't opened her chakra yet enough for her to fall, Naruto replied. Well, this is awkward, Naruto using logic, Kurama thought. Kakashi, well, could you also explain to me about magic? Kakashi asked again. Naro, that will be later, but first, said Naruto as he turned to look at the bijus. Naruto, and now what are you guys doing? Naruto asked. The others from Team 7 and Fairy Tail also turned their gaze towards the bijus. The bijus who had been silent saw Naruto and the others and smiled. We will stay with you, they all said. Naruto along with the others were surprised. Naruto, oh, that's why, Naruto asked. Boy, you are someone to admire. You don't always find a boy so equal to the Rikudo Sannin, replied Son Goku. Puff, share my space with that raccoon because me, Kurama said. As if it were good for me, said Sukaku. Everyone else from Team 7 and the rest of Fairy Tail except Naruto and Natsu, who still hadn't fallen from the sky due to the blow that Naruto and Erza gave him, had an anime-style drop when they saw Kurama and Sukaku's silly fight. But that silly fight was cut off by Matatabi. Okay, shut up now, Naruto, we're going to get into you, Matatabi said. Naruto, and how do they do that? Naruto asked with doubt. You have chakra from all of us in you, so we will use it like one of those chains that the Geto Mazo used to enter you, but instead of chains we will just put one of our tails and that's it, we will be absorbed, Chomei responded. Naruto, well then let's do it. After the bijus put their tails, a black circle was made on Naruto's abdomen, and then they entered one by one from Shikaku to Kurama. After everyone entered, the seal closed and smoke came out of the abdomen from Naruto. Naruto, a burning, Naruto screamed like a hysterical old woman rubbing her abdomen because of the burning she felt. Sakura was going to heal Naruto, but Erza beat him to it and hugged him from behind. Erza. Naruto, the burning will pass soon, Erza told him while she rubbed his abdomen. After a while, after the burning and consolation of Erza passed, Naruto remembered something. Naruto, well, Sasuke fears ready to release the jutsu, Naruto asked. Sasuke was going to answer, but Erza grabbed him by the ear. What have I told you about nicknames? Erza scolded Naruto. Naruto, ouch, I already understood. I understood not to give nicknames, Naruto responded like a little child. Sasuke, yes, another savior not like the other ones, Sasuke thought happily again. Erza, don't tell Team Sen, Sasuke, Erza said, crushing Sasuke's illusions again and making Naruto laugh a little. Sasuke, TSK, better not, Sasuke thought depressed again while he made circles on the ground. Naruto hugged her and said in her ear, Naruto, I love you, Erza, you make me so happy, Naruto said, hugging Erza and gave her a kiss. Erza. Now what did I do? Erza asked, blushing from the sudden kiss. Naruto, he forget it, Naruto replied very happily. Naruto, well, where was I? Are you ready, Sasuke, to release the jutsu? Naruto asked. Sasuke was going to respond but was interrupted again. Gray, it's good that they don't know that it was my idea to throw Akari, Gray thought out loud, making Naruto and Erza get back into position for their technique. Naruto/Erza, Kinjutsu, Odo-san, Ka-san, Tenkin. They both hit Gray, who flew away next to a Natsu who was falling, sending him flying again. AAHHH/AAYYYE, Gray and Natsu shouted at the same time. Chapter 3, The Memory Begins. Season 0, The Birth of Uzumaki Akari. After the father and mother blow of Naruto and Erza, Naruto turned to see Sasuke. Naruto ready to release the infinite Tsukuyami friend, Naruto asked Sasuke with a smile. Sasuke turns to look at him and smiles. Sasuke, yes, Sasuke answered. When they did a hand position together, they were gathering chakra to finish the jutsu. Akari decided to ask something they weren't expecting her to say. Akari, hey daddy, Akari asked her father. Naruto, yes, my little one, Naruto responded to his daughter. How did you and mommy meet? Akari asked. The rest of Team 7 got a drop. Kakashi/Sasuke/Sakura, can you seriously ask a question like that at this moment? Those from Team 7 thought. But both Akari and Team 7 would also like to know. Naruto, heh, until now you're saying it, let me remember, Naruto responded very nervously, trying to scratch the back of his neck as always with his right hand, but he remembered that his arm was missing and he let out a sigh of defeat, but he couldn't help but remember when he went to Earthland and he met Erza and the others from the guild and began to remember. But what he did forget was that Ino, even though she was trapped in the infinite Tsukuyami, still had her mind connected with that of Naruto and the people of the war. So all of their dreams, the people, were interrupted by the memory, and the Bijus who also paid attention to Minato and Kushina who were in the sky did something to also see the memories of their son. Flashback. A young Naruto is seen in an orange jumpsuit and a long-haired adult by the name of Jiraiya. Naruto. Hey Ero Sanin, what are we going to do during training? Naruto asked very excitedly. Jiraiya, hee, well, many things, brat, but I will take you to a very special place to train, Jiraiya told him with a very mysterious tone. Naruto, oh seriously, great, and can you explain to me what it is like? Naruto asked excitedly. Jiraiya, just imagine something you've never seen in your life, Jiraiya responded. Naruto for a moment imagined a sanctuary of pure ramen while spitting saliva, but a snap took him out of his thoughts. Jiraiya, hey, brat, reacts, said Jiraiya while he snapped his fingers in Naruto's face. Naruto, let's ramen where? Said Naruto in an idiotic way. Jiraiya, ramen, what are you thinking about, brat? Jiraiya asked him. Naruto, well, you told me to imagine something you've never seen before, answered Naruto, so you can think of something you would like, said Naruto. Suddenly Jiraiya imagined himself surrounded by tsunades in a room. Jiraiya, hee, Jiraiya laughed pervertedly. Naruto saw that he didn't come out of his trance even by hitting him, and had to use a secret technique. Naruto, Kinjutsu, Rock Lee Meito Guy Photo Jutsu Technical Secret Photo of Rock Lee and Meito Guy. Suddenly Naruto put up several photos of Rock Lee and Guy in a thong swimsuit hugging each other. Jiraiya, upon seeing the photo, gave a heartbreaking scream. Jiraiya and Jiraiya screamed and was KO'd by such a horrible image. Naruto Ero Sanin, Naruto poked him with a stick. Time skip. Naruto and Jiraiya are seen walking through Magnolia City. Naruto wa Ero Sanin, could you tell me what this place is? Naruto asked in amazement. Jiraiya, well, we are outside the elemental nations and we are in a place called Earthland and the name of this city is Magnolia, Jiraiya explained to Naruto. Naruto, wow, who would have thought that we would be outside the elemental nations, and how strange that a place like this is called Magnolia, said Naruto in an idiotic way. Jiraiya, it's Magnolia, not mango, or that it was an idiotic fruit, Jiraiya told him. Naruto, this place is a fruit, Naruto told him, a little upset. Jiraiya, seriously, you're an idiot, Jiraiya thought. Jiraiya, you know better, let's leave the conversation and continue, Jiraiya said, moving forward. Naruto, hey Ero Sanin, wait for me, Naruto, and Jiraiya shouted at him. Suddenly Naruto collided with someone who was leaving a store and they both fell to the ground. Well, it did hurt, the person said. Naruto, ouch, what a shock. Naruto upon seeing the person saw that it was a redhead about her age with armor, and a slightly long skirt, and a sword at her side. Naruto, wow, that red hair is beautiful, Naruto thought with a blush. You should watch where you're going, the redhead said to Naruto. Naruto didn't like being left behind. Naruto, well, you should too, Naruto replied. Well, if you don't know, I was leaving the store, you idiot cheesehead, the redhead replied to Naruto. Naruto, who do you say, cheesehead? My name is Naruto Tomato Head, Naruto shouted with a vein of anger in his head. Erza, well, I am not a tomato head, my name is Erza, idiot, Erza responded to Naruto. Their foreheads collided while rays came out of their eyes. Naruto/Erza Cheesehead/Tomato Head, the two shouted at the same time. Naruto/Erza, what did you say? What did you say? They both shouted at the same time. But then they realized that Jiraiya was writing in a book quickly. Jiraiya, come on, continue, then you'll give me information about when you have hex, right? Jiraiya said with blood coming out of his nose, very perverted. Naruto and Erza blushed hard, and then the angry vein grew even bigger. Naruto/Erza, Tenkan punched the two, hit Jiraiya, sending him flying. Jiraiya Jiraiya shouted as he disappeared into the sky in a glow like a star. Then Naruto and Erza turned to see each other and smiled. Naruto/Erza, good hit, they both flattered each other. Naruto/Erza, thank you, then they laughed between the two of them. Naruto, ha ha ha, good, because we didn't introduce ourselves well, said Naruto. Erza, ha ha ha, I think you're right, Erza replied. Erza, my name is Erza Scarlet, Erza answered. Naruto, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, nice, Erza, Naruto responded. Erza, the pleasure is mine, Naruto, Erza also responded. Erza, and you're not from here, right? Erza asked Naruto. Naruto, how do you know? Naruto answered his question. Erza, well, it will be because I have never seen you in Magnolia. Erza responds to Naruto by putting on an intelligent pose. Naruto, well, it's a little difficult to explain. How about you show me the city while I explained it to you? Naruto said. Erza, I think it's a very good idea, Erza responded to Naruto. After starting to walk, Naruto explained about his training, and then Jiraiya fell from the sky, leaving a large crater on the ground. Jiraiya T, that blow was worse than T. Tsunade said to pain Jiraiya with circles in his eyes. In Konoha. Tsunade how strange, said Tsunade. Shizen, who follows Tsunade-sama, the previous Shizen. Tsunade, I do and know, but suddenly I feel very proud of Naruto, Tsunade said with a smile on her face. Back in Magnolia at a restaurant. Erza, so you and that old man, or as you call him, Ero Sanin, are ninjas and they are here for your training, Erza told her while she tied a piece of strawberry cake. Naruto, exactly. Hey, sorry that you have to pay for the food, but I promise that when I have money I will invite you to eat as many times as you want. It's a promise, Naruto told him while he was eating a ramen. Erza, that's like saying he invited me on a lot of dates, Erza thought with a blush. Naruto, by the way, do you work or something to earn money? Naruto asked him, very curious. Erza, well, I do missions to earn money, Erza responded to Naruto's question. Naruto, like missions like those of a ninja? Naruto asked Erza. Erza, something like that, Erza answered Naruto. Naruto, well, I thought it would be very easy, Naruto said to Erza. Naruto, and where do I have to go to get one? Naruto asked Erza out of curiosity. Erza, well, you need to be in a guild to do missions, Erza said to Naruto. Naruto, what is that guild? Naruto asked him without knowing what a guild was. Erza, well, a guild is a group of people who have the same job, but in my guild we are a family, Erza responded to Naruto. Naruto, oh, and does it have a name or what? Naruto asked Erza. Erza, yes, her name is Fairy Tail, Erza answered Naruto proudly. Naruto, and do you think I can join? Naruto asked him. Erza, well, we would have to go see the teacher, Erza told him. Naruto, well, what are we waiting for? Naruto told him while he grabbed his hand and they left the premises. Erza, or, hey, wait, I haven't paid yet, I haven't even finished eating, said Erza. Naruto stopped and turned to look at her. Naruto, where is your guild? Naruto asked him while he scratched the back of his neck. Erza got an anime-style drop. Erza, follow me, Erza told him. In Fairy Tail. What's your problem, ice stripper? Shouted a pink-haired boy known as Natsu Dragneel, nicknamed Salamander, and also the Fire Dragon Slayer. And that's what you care about, Fire Lizard, responds to black-haired man known as Grateful Buster. When those pair of idiots stop fighting, said a white-haired girl known as Mary Jane Strauss, the Strauss' older sister nicknamed the Demon of Fairy Tale. Look, nay, leave them like that, they are best friends like you and Erza-san, said a younger white-haired girl known as Lisa Strauss, the younger Strauss sister. Mary Jane, that dyed redhead, and I are best friends, don't be kidding, Lisa. Mary Jane said to her little sister. Then the guild door opened and Erza and Naruto were seen. "Erza, I'm back," said Erza. "Mary Jane, so you came back, red hair," she said, looking at Erza. "Erza, I'm sorry. Look, I'm stuck right now," Erza told him, stopping her to look at him. "Mary Jane, I don't think you have anything better to do like this," Mira said to her rival. "Erza, well, as usual, I bring a new member," Erza said to Strauss. "Mary Jane. If and who she is," Mira said to Erza. Then Naruto approached, and Erza introduced him. "Erza, well, this is Naruto, and he is new to Magnolia, and he wants to join the guild where the teacher is," Erza said and asked. Mira was going to answer him, but another voice interrupted her. "Here I am, daughter. I will gladly accept this boy into the fairy tale guild," said the teacher known as Makarov Dreyer, and turned to look at Naruto. "Makarov, my name is Makarov Dreyer," Makarov introduced himself. "Naruto, nice old pleasure, my name is Naruto Uzumaki," Naruto told him, but then he received a blow on the head from Erza. "Naruto, ouch," and that's because it was Naruto, said to Erza, a little angry. "Erza, well, easy," Erza said to his side of him. "Erza has more respect for the knowledgeable teacher," Erza said to Naruto with an angry face. Makarov. "Daughter, it doesn't bother me anymore," Makarov said to Erza, then he looked at Naruto again. "Makarov, where do you want the fairy tale mark?" Makarov asked Naruto. Then Naruto thought about it for a few seconds and then took off his orange jacket, and the chalk leaving his body exposed, and everyone in the guild saw that he had many burns and scars and a stab wound in his right shoulder. "Wow!" the entire guild thought when they saw Naruto's battered body. "Erza, how did she get those wounds?" Erza thought. Then Naruto snapped them out of their thoughts. "Naruto, I would like it on my brown left shoulder," Naruto said to Makarov. Makarov, very good, Makarov said to Naruto, and then gave him the guild mark. Makarov, well, we have a new member, but first tell me what your skills are, Makarov asked Naruto with a curious face. Naruto thought for a moment, and then answered Makarov's question. "Naruto, how about I have a fight with someone to show you?" Naruto asked Makarov. Makarov. "Very well, if you want it, that's fine," said Makarov, and then turned to see all the members of the guild. Makarov, well, who wants to face our new member? Makarov asked everyone in the guild. Mira and the pink-haired man were going to answer him when someone beat them to it. "Erza, I will do it," Master Erza answered Makarov. "Naruto, are you sure?" Naruto asked Erza with a little concern. "Erza, of course, and you're scared or what?" Erza said to Naruto. Naruto, well, of course not, Naruto said to Erza. Naruto, then let's hit it, Naruto finished saying to Erza. Makarov, very well, the fight will be Naruto against Erza. Let's go outside, Makarov announced. Everyone was heading outside while Naruto was in his own thoughts. Elsewhere. "Jiraiya, where the buck are you?" Naruto Jiraiya shouted desperately, looking for the blonde. "Jiraiya, how can you think abandon me?" Jiraiya shouted louder. Back to fairy tale outside. Naruto, it must be my imagination, Naruto thought, downplaying it. Makarov. "Well, are you both ready?" Makarov asked, looking at Erza and then at Naruto. Erza, yes, Erza answered Master Makarov. Naruto, whenever you want, Naruto responded to Makarov. Makarov, very good, start, Makarov announced. Chapter for the tie. Erza and Naruto looked at each other in the eyes with great determination. Erza took out her sword while Naruto took out a kunai, holding it in his right hand, waiting for the teacher to give them the signal to start, while the others also waited for it to start. Natsu, hey, do you think he can beat Erza? Natsu asked, waiting to see who answered him. Mary Jane HMP. I say that blonde boy will lose. Maybe they didn't see his wounds for me, which are from all the defeats that he has had as a loser, Mary Jane said. Lisana, look, shouldn't you have more confidence in Naruto-san? Lisana said to her sister. Mary Jane, they're just losers, the white-haired girl said to her sister. There was silence for a few moments until the teacher gave the announcement. Start was what the teacher shouted, and suddenly Naruto and Erza ran with the intention of clashing their weapons. Naruto clashed his kunai with Erza's sword, producing many sparks. Both opponents pushed their swords. Weapons against each other to see who dominated in strength, and who dominated in that moment of strength was Naruto. Erza admitted in her mind that although Naruto looked all malnourished, he had enormous strength. Naruto's kunai slipped a little and Erza took advantage of that moment and shot a kick to Naruto's face, making the blonde turn his face to the right. Erza was going to stab him with her sword, but Naruto reacted quickly, dodging the attack. He made a fist with the hand that had the kunai, and Erza, thinking that he was going to hit him, giving a cut, she covered herself with her sword on the side where the kunai came from, but she did not take into account that another fist hit her in her face, making her go back a little. As she had a good distance away from her, she held her face from the blow. Erza, we just started the fight, and she managed to trick me into believing that she was going to cut me when in reality her point was to hit me with her left fist. Erza thought in amazement at being hit so easily. Makarov, so he made a feint. It's good, the teacher thought. Naruto made a cross with his fingers and did his favorite jutsu of his. Naruto, the jutsu of the sword, and 10 other clones. It multiplied. Everyone in the guild thought in amazement. Erza, I can't believe this just got more complicated, Erza thought in amazement when she saw that she was surrounded. Elsewhere. Jiraiya, that chakra belongs to Naruto. He will be in trouble, Jiraiya thought as he felt Naruto's chakra and went to the direction in which he felt his student's chakra. Returning to the fight. Erza, seeing that she normally didn't have the opportunity, decided to use her re-equip, but before she could do so, 5 Narutos in front rushed towards her, wanting to prevent her from doing anything. Erza, seeing that she couldn't use her re-equipment, decided to avoid the clones in front of them, forgetting about the ones behind them. The clones behind them, seeing that Erza was no longer paying attention to them, went to do their thing. The 5 clones kicked her at the same time and hit her simultaneously, making her go towards the sky. Naruto Uzumaki, the clones said while they kicked her. Suddenly the 5 remaining clones jumped towards the sky, preparing their fists for her, hitting her in the chest, destroying the armor she was wearing while they said, Naruto Rindan note. Watch the fight between Naruto and fake Gaara. Suddenly a crash was heard against the ground and the others were all surprised to see Erza all beaten up and her armor broken. Gray, I can't believe he seriously hit Erza and destroyed her armor, Gray said in shock. Elfman. He's the man. Elfman shouted when he saw how Naruto managed to hurt Erza. Well, it's not so bad after all, said a blonde named Laxus Strayer, Makarov's grandson. Everyone was surprised to see that Laxus had a positive opinion of a person. Makarov, well, making Laxus think well of someone is flattering, the teacher thought. Erza, somewhat hurt, saw Naruto approaching slowly. Naruto launched himself to cut him, but Erza managed to react in time and kicked him, sending him flying a little. Erza got up and it was her turn to attack. Erza re-equip, armor of the sky, Erza said as her clothing changed. Erza began to destroy the clones at a speed that did not give them time to cover. Then she went after the real Naruto and gave him a cut on the chest, opening his orange jacket, and then she stabbed upwards that made Naruto's gang. He flew out and Erza, who had 2 swords, gave him in with his normal clothes, but when he turned around he just looked at a blue light that hit him directly. Naruto Rasengan. Naruto hit the target, and then he turned the Rasengan a little and Erza flew away while spinning and fell to the ground bouncing. Erza, who didn't know how to do it, looked at Naruto, who was still injured, and saw that he wasn't wearing her orange jacket. Erza, how come you're still standing? Erza asked Naruto with pain. Naruto, hee, that's called Kawarimi. I used it the moment you took off your armor, and I took advantage of the seconds I had to make my Rasengan. And to be honest, even I am impressed that I made my Rasengan with one hand, Naruto explained and told him to Erza. Erza, like with one hand? Erza asked as she stood up and her blouse was opened, showing a black bra, and you could see her developing chest and a circle burn on her abdomen. Naruto, well, you see, I normally use a clone to create that attack that I hit you with. That's why I say that I don't even know how I did it, Naruto said to Erza, a little happy for having managed to do the Rasengan with one hand. Erza, well, congratulations. Erza congratulated Naruto, and then she took out another sword and Naruto took out another kunai in his left hand, but that one was special. Then they ran with the intention of stabbing themselves. At the moment that Erza was going to touch Naruto with the sword, he put his right hand in, making the sword go through his entire hand, and held Erza's sword, and Erza was surprised that he had sacrificed his right hand, and then she saw that Naruto was going to touch her. attack with the kunai of her left hand, but she did the same as him, but instead of passing through her hand she snatched Naruto's kunai with her right hand and released the sword, and Naruto took advantage of that to take a good distance, and Erza put the kunai in defense mode like Naruto. Erza, let's see what you can do with one hand. What's more, I want to see if you can make that blue ball with one hand, Erza told him, thinking that she already won, but then Naruto just smiled. Erza, why are you smiling? Erza asked Naruto doubtfully. Naruto, he already truthful, Naruto told him. Then Erza felt her right hand a little hot, and saw that smoke was coming out of her hand. She opened her hand a little without letting go of the kunai, and saw a lit paper. Erza, roll, but what does it mean? She couldn't finish saying because then. Boom! The kunai had a paper bomb, and the explosion raised smoke. Makarov, well, that little weapon came with a special paper that explodes. I wonder if I can get one of those, the teacher asked himself in his mind. Makarov, apart from that, he made Erza believe that he had already won so that she would hold that small weapon well so she wouldn't pay attention to the surprise attack. This boy is clever, the teacher reflected with a smile. Naruto took advantage of the smoke to remove the sword from his hand. Naruto JJJ, Naruto groaned in pain as he pulled out the sword and threw it aside. As the smoke spread, Erza was seen a little disheveled and holding her right hand, which was red and burned. Erza JJJ, Erza also moaned from such a burn. Erza, I trusted myself too much, Erza said to herself. Naruto started to laugh. Naruto, ha 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 ha, Naruto laughed. Erza, what are you laughing at? Erza asked, a little annoyed, thinking that he was making fun of her. Naruto, well, look, let me return the question from a few moments ago, Naruto said to Erza while he stopped laughing. Naruto, let's see what you can do with one hand, Naruto said to Erza with a smile on his face. Those who were watching the fight had a reaction when they saw how Naruto returned the question, and then Natsu, Gray, and Laxus took out black glasses, putting them on, and then the three of them said at the same time. Natsu/Gray/Laxus, won your red-haired face, the three shouted, rubbing it in Erza's face. Seriously, even Laxus made fun of his everyone thought with an anime-style drop. Returning to the fight, Erza ignored the boys' mockery. Then Naruto and Erza launched themselves with the intention of hitting each other. Naruto hit Erza in the face with his injured hand, just like Erza. Naruto/Erza Gayaj/Gayaj, they both moaned in pain, not only because of the pain in their faces but also in their hands. Then Naruto with his left hand removed the fist from his face, holding his hand, and Erza also did the same. Now they were holding each other, pushing. Then Erza kneed Naruto in the abdomen, and Naruto groaned in pain, but he responded with a headbutt, drawing some blood from both of their foreheads, and thus they pushed each other while they collided foreheads. Erza, this fight is good, but if I could use my re-equipment I could finish you off, Erza told him, trying to scare him. Naruto, well, let me tell you, Erza-chan, armor is not always going to protect you. There are many times when one has to learn not to hide, and that's what you do, you know, Naruto said to Erza. Erza, you're calling me a coward, Erza responded to Naruto angrily and a little blushing about Chan. Naruto, of course I'm not just trying to tell you that wounds on the body are normal. You should not be afraid when you come out of your shell, Naruto told him, while his eyes showed a little sadness. Erza, well, what do you know about pain? Erza told him, thinking that he couldn't have suffered more than her in his childhood. Naruto, it would surprise you, but I can see in your eyes a little pain almost equal to mine, Naruto said, looking into Erza's brown eyes. Erza, yes, and you know about pain, Erza replied to Naruto. Naruto, you would be surprised, but what if everyone tells their past later so that the one who suffered is better? Naruto said to Erza. Erza, okay, Erza responded to Naruto. Naruto, well, it's time to end this fight, Naruto said to Erza. Erza has, and who said that you already won? Erza asked her, feeling underestimated. Naruto, whoever said I won means neither you nor I won, Naruto said to Erza with defiant eyes while he pushed her. Erza, so why do you say that? Erza asked Naruto while also pushing him. Naruto, don't you think it's stupid that we started with strong attacks and our battle only lasted a few minutes? Don't you think? Naruto told him, while he saw the state they were in so quickly. Erza, I think you're right, Erza responded, seeing Naruto's point from her. Erza, and how will this fight end according to you? Erza asked Naruto. They both pushed each other and began kneeing each other in the abdomen. Naruto, well, I think this will be a draw, Naruto told him while kneeing him. Erza. If and how? Erza asked him while she returned the blow. Naruto, he like that, Naruto said to Erza. Naruto separated his forehead from Erza's and grabbed her head. Erza saw Naruto's intentions of Ella, but Ella didn't have time to dodge, and then Naruto gave her a strong headbutt against Erza, opening the wound on their foreheads of Ella more. Naruto, that's how it ends, Naruto said to Erza with a whispered smile because of how weak she got from that blow. Erza, good blow, Erza responded in the same way as Naruto with a smile. Suddenly Naruto fell backwards with Erza on top of him, and Naruto's hands moved to hug her as they fell, and they both fell unconscious with a smile on their faces. Everyone looked very surprised. Gray, he really beat Erza, said Gray, shocked. Mary Jane. Fence, I never expected that, Mary Jane said, surprised to see her rival defeated. Elfman, that boy is the man here, said Elfman. Lee-sana, Erza-san lost, said Lee-sana. Makarov, no one won or lost, that was a tie, said Makarov, clearing the others of their doubts. Natsu, who would say that someone could tie with Erza? Said Natsu, very surprised. Makarov, in a very unusual tie, said Makarov while he saw them hugging, smiling while they were passed out. Makarov, very good, we have to take them to the infirmary, and you already know what to do when Naruto wakes up, right? Makarov asked mysteriously. Party, everyone in the guild shouted. Stop there, someone shouted, ruining the moment. Chapter 5, Telling an Ugly Memory. At the end of Naruto and Erza's fight, Naruto's teacher named Jiraiya arrived at the Fairy Tail Guild to see the blonde-haired boy all injured. Jiraiya, what did they do to Naruto? Jiraiya shouted / asked very angrily. Makarov, calm down a little and explain to you now, Makarov suggested. Jiraiya took a deep breath to calm down, and when he calmed down, Makarov began to tell him about Naruto joining the guild and the fight. When I finished explaining it, Jiraiya no longer sighed with tiredness. Jiraiya, I'll look at this brat getting into something without telling me, the wise toad with a little tiredness. Jiraiya, well, can you tell me who he fought against? The white-haired man asked him. The guild master just pointed to the young blonde man and the red-haired girl, and the old toad had a very coincidental image. Suddenly he felt the tic in his head, and then he took out his history notebook. Jiraiya, you can tell me the details of the fight? Jiraiya asked the teacher while he had his pencil pointing at his notebook ready to write. Makarov, sure, but first we have to take the young people to the infirmary, the teacher suggested to Jiraiya. Jiraiya accepted while Makarov asked Elfman to take the two unconscious young men to the infirmary. But late. The young redhead had just gotten up and wanted to read about the fact that she was bandaged because of the burn. She grunted in pain, and when she doubled over, her abdomen also hurt since it was bandaged, and so did her forehead, which was bandaged, so she better lay down again. Naruto, so you're already awake? Naruto asked him, sitting in a chair with a bandage on his hand where the sword wound was, other bandages covered in an X over the wound on his chest, and he also had a bandage on his forehead. Erza, well, what do you care about? Erza responded indifferently. Naruto. Hey, you don't have to be so rude, the blonde said a little angrily. Erza HMP, fine, and what do you want? Erza asked Naruto without turning to look at him. Naruto let's do what we agreed on in our battle, Naruto said to Erza, remembering about telling her about her past. Erza. Why do you want to know? Erza asked Naruto. Naruto, well, it's so we can understand each other better, don't you think? The blonde suggested to the redhead. Erza, and so that you don't mind, the redhead was interrupted by the blonde. Naruto, shut up and stop doing it again, Naruto yelled at Erza because he wasn't going to allow her to get off topic. Naruto and Erza looked at each other with challenging eyes until the blonde beat him to the gaze and the redhead sighed. Erza, well, I'll tell you about my past, Erza said to Naruto. The redhead began to tell him about the tower, her friends, her grandfather and Jalal, and the blonde listened very attentively and was a little surprised and angry about the torture. After a while the redhead finished speaking. Erza, well, I've already told you about my past, what about you? Erza asked. Naruto had his head down, his hair covering his eyes. Naruto, I envy you, the blonde murmured. Erza, huh? The redhead did not understand. Erza, what did you say? She asked him. Naruto, I said I send you, the blonde said again, but a little louder. Erza W, why? Erza asked nervously. Naruto. Well, compared to you, your friends may or may not still be alive. The blonde told him with a little envy. Erza, why do you say that? The redhead asked her. Naruto, well, you see, everything was like this, the blonde began to tell him. Flashback. Naruto POV. Since I was 7 years old, almost 8 years old, I was a lonely person. They beat me, mistreated me, stabbed me, and even burned me alive, but I still survived, and I didn't know how everyone saw me as a demon until I came to believe it, because no one could survive. That's why I started to get away from people, even from the old leader of the village, to the person that I saw as a grandfather. I also got away from him. I started to walk alone without caring how much I suffered, how much damage they did to me. I didn't care about living anymore, but then it came. A light that was for a while, but I was happy in those moments. Hello, why just? Asked a 6-year-old girl with brown hair and gray eyes who was wearing a pink dress with black sandals. That's what matters to you, I replied rudely, waiting for him to leave. Don't be like that, tell me what your name is, the girl insisted again. I said, what do you care? Then I was interrupted by that girl. My name is Akiko Shikora, and you told me and asked me happily, that girl with the name of Akiko. Because you want to know, I asked him, a little surprised. Because I want to be your friend, Akiko told me with a smile. I was surprised in those moments, and when I say surprised I mean very surprised. I couldn't believe what I heard. That girl wanted to be my friend. Nay, so what do you say, let's be friends? The brown girl told me. For that time I put on a smile, but not a fake smile, but a real one. Yes, let's be friends, and my name is Naruto Uzumaki, I said, holding back my emotion. Then let's play Naruto-kun, Akiko told me. Okay, let's go, Akiko-chan, I said, now without containing my excitement. End POV Naruto. 3 years later. Naruto, now 10, almost 11 years old, was walking through the village with his best friend Akiko, who was 9, almost 10 years old. It was already late, it was around 10 p.m., and the blonde accompanied the girl to her house, but as always, she was blind. From the villagers he came out, and that alerted the blonde when he saw a villager in front of him and Akiko. Here's a demon after him, said a villager with a sword in his hand. Naruto, damn, why now, Naruto thought. Naruto grabbed Akiko's hand and they ran. Akiko. Naruto-kun, why are they chasing us? The brunette asked with doubt and fear. Naruto, yes, let's just run, the blonde told him with fear. After a while running from the villagers, they turned into an alley and were left with no way out. Naruto stood in front of Akiko to protect her, but a civilian slashed him with a sword, cutting him in the blonde's abdomen, and he just doubled over in pain, and other civilians began to beat him, stab him and burn him. Akiko, who was scared for her friend, didn't care about being scared. She stood in front of him with her arms open. Akiko, leave him, Empas, now, the girl shouted. Look at the demon's friend, I think she is already infected with the devil. What if we kill her? One of the civilians suggested. Sure, but first how about we do something that the devil will never forget? Said another civilian. The others, knowing what they were referring to, went after the girl, who was simply afraid. Suddenly one of the men stood behind her, lifting up the dress she was wearing. Note, sorry if I didn't explain the clothes, sorry I forgot, showing the panties she was wearing. Then another civilian took them off, leaving the girl's privacy exposed. Akiko D, don't let me go, the scared girl shouted. Naruto, damn it, let her go, shouted Naruto, who was tied up, while thanks to a certain fox his wounds were healing little by little. The civilians, ignoring the screams of both boys, began to use the girl in the ugliest way. Raping her, the girl resisted the pain she felt from being pierced in her privacy. The girl was strong to endure that pain, but she hoped that Naruto had not seen her. Note 2. Her face is covered with the dress, but unfortunately the blonde boy had his eyes wide open to see what they were doing to his friend. The civilians upon finishing the torture threw the girl to the ground, and then one of they stuck his sword near the girl's heart. "Let the demon go, we're done with her," said one of the rapists, adjusting her pants. When he released the boy's ropes, he ran towards his friend. When he arrived, he could see a white liquid coming out from between her legs, and then his eyes went up to his chest where there was a wound that was not very deep but completely crossed. "Naruto, Akiko-chan," said the boy in shock. "Akiko-en, Naruto-kun, I like you," the girl told him weakly. Naruto was surprised by Akiko's words from her. "Naruto, I like you too, Akiko-chan," the boy responded as if by instinct to what he felt. "Akiko, I'm glad to know that you like me too," the girl said with a very weak voice. "Akiko, but can I ask you something?" the girl asked in a voice that the blonde barely heard anymore. "Naruto, yes, just tell me," Naruto asked him, and tears began to flow from his eyes. "Akiko, yes, always smile no matter what happens to you or what happens to you, always smile. It shows that you are not weak like you tell me. They told you in the Ninja Academy proves that you, Uzumaki-en, Naruto never gives up and keeps any promise he makes in please no hate. Hate no one please. And as you said that I turned you will become Hokage, and I believe in you. I promise, you promise? The girl asked/said, already very weak, almost in a whisper. Naruto just opened his eyes wide with tears streaming down his face and smiled big. "Naruto, I promise you, Akiko-chan is a promise, and I always keep my promises," the blonde told him with a smile and tears on her face. "Akiko-ji, thank you, Naruto-kun," the girl said with her last breaths and began to close her eyes forever. The wind blew while it moved the girl's hair and her blonde's hair. "Look how beautiful the devil lost his friend," he said to a civilian with mockery. Ha, I think she also wants us to kill him. Look, she smiles like an idiot for me. She's happy that we found her killed," said another civilian. Naruto, upon hearing the taunts, his smile disappeared and changed to a smile of rage, clenching his teeth. Suddenly, his eyes changed to red and had the shape of a fox's eyes. His marks became more visible and a red chakra began to flow from his face. Body like red bubbles, the bubbles joined together until they completely enclosed the blonde. Then the cape that covered him began to form a tail and fox ears, and a murderous instinct began to be felt that no longer spread in the area where he was scaring. To civilians. The demon is going to kill us, run," one announced. Everyone started running out of the alley, but before reaching the exit the chakra tail coming out of Naruto buried itself in the ground, coming out from the front of where the civilians were almost escaping, making a chakra wall. Or he doesn't have us trapped," said one in panic. "Nothing's wrong, look, it's transparent, I'm sure we can get through it," said one, trying to look brave. Then the brave civilian ran towards the chakra wall, trying to cross the wall, but when he touched it the man was inserted at an unimaginable speed. Everyone, frightened by this, turned to look at Naruto, who began to turn around slowly with his face lowered after him. After a few moments of silence, the blonde raised her head, showing her face of rage and anger. "Naruto, I will revenge," the blonde shouted. Naruto shouted demoniacally. After a few minutes where you heard blows, tears, screams of agony and cries for help, after a while you could see bodies that could not be recognized, parts of people scattered all over the place, and what you saw most was blood. Everywhere, and in the middle Naruto was seen hugging Akiko's body, which was cold. Tears began to fall on the girl's face. The chakra began to cover her and clean the white liquid from the girl, but the wound could not be because it had already been late, and the blonde boy's tears were still falling on the girl's face. Snot was coming out of the blonde's nose. His lips were pressed together trying to hold back the sad screams that his mouth demanded, and his eyes had turned blue again. They were closed and squeezed while many tears came out. The boy could no longer hold on, and then screamed in agony. "Naruto Akiko," the boy shouted and began to cry in the open air. End of flashback. When he finished telling his past about him, Naruto had tears in his eyes, and Erza also had tears because of his story about him. "Naruto, I lost what could be said to be the person I cared about and loved the most in my life," said Naruto, looking into Erza's eyes at him. In a place in the room Jiraiya was spying while he was writing in his notebook. Upon hearing Naruto's story, tears began to fall on his notebook, ruining his writing, and he better put his book away and left there with only one thing in mind. Jiraiya sorry, thought Jiraiya. Jiraiya sorry for not being there. Naruto Jiraiya finished thinking as he left the guild to walk while he reflected and regretted not being with his godson. Returning to the infirmary, Naruto and Erza hadn't spoken for a few minutes to calm down their tears. Naruto, but you know, maybe I killed those people out of revenge, but as I said in my story, I promised to never hate, always smile no matter what, Naruto said with a serious face. After a few seconds he smiled big. Naruto, that's why I, Uzumaki Naruto and future Hokage, promise that I will bring your friends back. It's a promise, and Uzumaki Naruto always keeps his promises. Really? Naruto shouted with emotion. Erza saw him very surprised, believing that he had a bad past, but thanks to her friend he smiled. No matter what happens. Then Erza's eyes lit up a little, seeing Naruto as a new light, a light that she would never let go out, and he smiled to say the least. Erza, thank you Naruto-kun, the redhead said happily, showing a big smile on her face. Naruto, hey, you're welcome, Erza-chan, the blonde replied in the same way. Chapter 6 Confession. It had been 2 months since Naruto and Jiraiya arrived at Magnolia and Fairy Tail, but after telling that memory, many things changed, but for the better, as Jiraiya did not stop paying attention to the blonde. What a father treated his son as such. But Erza also became a little more open to Naruto, who had to be strict with him to eat something healthy and not just ramen, and also to get rid of his malnourished body. And as Naruto once told her that when he had money he would always take her to eat, and he kept his words so much that sometimes they didn't even realize that it was more of a date than going out to eat. They almost always went on missions together, well, of course also including Natsu and Gray. But Naruto began to feel things in his stomach felt like butterflies every time he was with Erza, just like the redhead felt the same, and she already knew what it was. But the blonde, being an orphan, didn't know much about feelings, so he went to the roof of the guild where Jiraiya was sitting, writing, and he had some incense and red roses to give inspiration to his writing and also to explain what he felt. Naruto, hey Ero-sanin, I need to ask you something important, the blonde spoke to the wise toad who was writing in her book. Jiraiya. Yes, and what is it? Jiraiya asked him without turning to look at the boy. Naruto, well, what happens is that when I'm with Erza I feel strange things in me, the blonde told him. The white-haired man's ear jumped just by hearing those words. He already knew what the blonde was referring to. Jiraiya, well, I think it's time for me to explain feelings to you, the wise toad told him, closing his book. After a while Jiraiya began to tell Naruto about feelings and also how it feels when you are happy because that person is with you, or when you feel down because that person rejects you. Naruto, so I'm in love with Erza, the blonde asked her teacher. Jiraiya, well, technically. Yes, Jiraiya finished telling him. Naruto remained silent, but before he said anything Jiraiya beat him to it. Jiraiya, I'm glad you admit it. Most people are afraid to admit their feelings, Jiraiya told his student wisely. Naruto just smiled. Naruto, well, you already know me, Uzumaki Naruto is not afraid of anything, Naruto told him. Naruto, look at this, the blonde said, drawing Jiraiya's attention. Naruto gasped for air and suddenly screamed. Naruto, Erza, the blonde shouted. The blonde shouted and Jiraiya looked at him strangely, thinking about what he was thinking of doing, and suddenly because of that shout, everyone in the guild except Lax's team, who was on a mission, came out with Erza, of course, and everyone turned to look until they saw 2 silhouettes on the ceiling, knowing that they were Naruto and Jiraiya, and Naruto continued his scream. Naruto, Erza, I'm in love with you, the blonde shouted at the top of his lungs. That surprised everyone in the guild, who had their mouths open and their eyes bulging. Jiraiya, this crazy man thought of shouting it to everyone, Jiraiya thought with the same face as the others. Elfman, he really is the man, Elfman thought with admiration. Mikau, this boy has the biggest balls I've ever seen, thought Mikau. Erza, he is in love with me, Erza thought in amazement, and with a blush on her face. Meanwhile, Naruto grabbed one of the roses that Jiraiya had, and with the smell of the incense he touched it. Then Naruto jumped and elegantly walked down in front of Erza, showing the flower. Naruto, Erza, come out to me. We may have only known each other for a short time, but in that time I have started to feel things that I couldn't explain, but they are not bad. Instead, they are good. I feel these strange sensations in me that I have never felt for anyone, and I am honest with you, it is the first time I feel like this. Your beauty illuminates me. Your beautiful red hair makes me want to touch it gently every time I see it, and your eyes hypnotize me. That's why I eat this beautiful flower that I give you with my love for you. I repeat again. Do you want to go out with me? Naruto said to Erza in the most romantic and gentlemanly way he could. Everyone opened their mouths wider, and their eyes stood out more while Erza was stunned. She couldn't believe that the boy she met 2 months ago was in love with her. Well, she had to admit that the feelings they have for each other were very, very fast, but she couldn't deny that she didn't fall in love with him in a short time. While Jiraiya was looking at his first Ika book. Jiraiya, those words that this brat said are from this book, Jiraiya thought when he saw the same words in his Ika book. Jiraiya, so this brat secretly reads my adult books, Jiraiya finished thinking with a perverted smile. Naruto, so what do you say? Naruto asked him, already a little nervous. Erza, who managed to get out of how surprised she was, just smiled in the biggest way she could and took Naruto's hands from her, and the rose remained between the two of them in the middle. Erza admitted that Naruto had courage, a very great courage to shout that he was in love. Erza, of course I want to go out with you, the redhead replied. When I finished saying that, the screams, whistles and applause did not wait long. Natsu/Gray the beast has been tamed. Natsu and Gray thought at the same time as they looked at Erza and then at Naruto. 3 months had passed since Naruto and Erza started dating, and Jiraiya was very proud of his student, even more than after Naruto and Erza decided to go on a mission that tried to catch some bandits, and when they finished they went to a hotel to look for rooms in which they can rest. Erza, hello, I would like to rent 2 rooms. One for me and one for him, Erza asked the receptionist while she turned to look at the blonde who was seeing a band just like her, only more battered and had a line going through the sign of the sheet. Sure, but I'm sorry to say that I only have 1 room left, and 5 stars, the receptionist told him. Erza, what? Like they only have 1 left, the redhead asked the receptionist. Well, you see, here we are doing a remodeling of the rooms and the 5 stars are the ones that are available and most of them are occupied, and that is why there is only 1 left, the receptionist told him. Erza, I'm sure there's only 1 left, the redhead asked again, already a little nervous about sharing a room with the blonde. As sure as water is transparent, the receptionist told him. Erza sighed. Erza, okay, rent me that room, the girl finished, exhausted. After a few moments I finished the requirements for the room. In the room. When they entered the room they saw that it was luxurious. It had a cherry-colored rug, the walls were cream-colored, the bed was round with white sheets and pillows that looked very comfortable, and the red blanket. And they also saw that on the side of the bed there was a door, and when they went to look they saw that it was the bathroom. The bathroom was very luxurious. It almost looked like it was all made of glass, light blue glass, and it had a small pool that could fit about 4 people. Naruto, well, this is great, said the blonde looking at the room and the bathroom several times. Erza, well, Naruto, let's rest tomorrow, we have to leave early, Scarlet said. Naruto, yes, but first we have to take a bath, don't you think? The blonde told her in a way that the girl misinterpreted. Erza, W. What are you saying? We're still too young for tea, that the redhead said, and her face was the same color as her hair. What a knock was heard slamming the bathroom door. Naruto, I'll go first, the blonde told him inside the bathroom. Erza felt a little disappointed when she saw that the blonde had not listened to her, but she had a better idea and she undressed and stripped down to her underwear, which was a bra and a dark blue thong, and she entered the bathroom and saw that the boy she was in her underwear, and he was preparing the pool water. The girl had to admit that the way she was feeding him was working well when she saw the blonde's body and how her muscles and abs were visible. Bit. Erza, hey Naruto-kun, Erza told him innocently and sensually. Naruto, yes, tell me what's wrong, Naruto asked her without turning to look at her. Then the redhead approached him and hugged him from behind. The blonde suddenly became nervous. When he felt the girl's breasts on his back, the blonde saw pervertedly how the redhead girl's breasts grew in 5 months, and he made her develop very quickly. They were a C cup, but she liked that rapid development. Naruto, Erza, what are you doing? The blonde asked her, already turning to look at her. Erza, well, I came to ask you if I could take a bath with you, Erza told her in a sensual way. Naruto, there must have been, as the book said, Aika Aika. So when a woman talks to you that way, it's because she wants to make love to you. Thank goodness I read that book, Naruto thought, remembering what his teacher's book said. Suddenly Naruto turned around quickly and grabbed her by the waist with his right hand, pressing her against him, and his left hand went straight to her shapely butt, and Erza let out a surprised squeal. Naruto, so this is what you want, Erza-chan, the blonde said sensually into her redhead's ear. Erza turned red as if she was burned. Erza. The joke went the other way, the girl thought to herself. Suddenly the blonde kissed her with passion and squeezed her but a little, trying to catch the moment, and suddenly. TSSSS. TSSS. Technical cutout of memory. Naruto was seen lying with a giant bump on his head while smoke came out of him. Akari, mommy, why did you hit daddy? Little Akari asked her mother. Erza. Well, I didn't feel like he was remembering something that would be embarrassing, Erza told her daughter, shaking her right hand because of the blow. Meanwhile, Kakashi, Sakura and Sasuke were red because of the Naruto and Erza almost scene. Kakashi knew because they cut the best part. I hate censorship, Kakashi shouted in his mind, desperate to continue watching. Sasuke dove because when we need you to think the most you stop doing it, Sasuke thought desperately. Meanwhile, one or another of the roots that he held in the infinite Tsukuyomi, some buds turned red due to the nasal discharge that some had, but when the scene was cut, a sound was no longer heard. And oh, that was the cry of some people desperate not to see what happened to the young blonde man and the redhead. With the Bijus. Matatabi and Koko were sitting on the male Bijus. They were just burned by Matatabi's fire and beaten by Koko, and they were also bleeding from their noses. Well, not counting Shikaku and Saiken, because one was throwing sand out of his nose and the other was throwing acid through the holes in his mouth. Note. It's because Saiken doesn't have a nose XD. Away with the Bijus. Naruto got up from the ground, rubbing his head from the blow. Naruto, ouch, and that's why it was the blonde, asked his wife, a little annoyed. Erza, because there is some problem, Erza asked Naruto in a demonic way while fire came out of her eyes and mouth. Naruto, and no, Naruto, scared, said to Erza. Then the blonde stood up again and continued remembering. Naruto, where had I stayed? The boy asked himself, trying to remember where he had stayed. Naruto, Whatever, the blonde finished thinking and thought of something more advanced. Returning to memory. Naruto and Erza were lying in bed sleeping with a smile on their faces, while both outside the memory and Noah was heard again from everyone. Note, you already know why. 4 weeks later. It was early in Magnolia, and in the fairy tale guild everyone was living together as always, Jiraiya riding, Kana taking the boys fighting and eating Naruto his ramen, and after a while they kicked the doors of the guild hard and everyone saw Erza, who looked in a bad mood, and Gray, who passed in front of her, grabbed him by the hair and tied him to the ceiling, and then Natsu, who flew towards her due to a blow from Elfman. Erza caught him and threw him to the wall, and the last Elfman was in front of her, and Erza kicked him directly in the crotch, and they swore they heard a crack. Then the redhead arrived at the bar. Naruto stopped eating his ramen thinking that he was going to do something to him, and Mary Jane, who was cleaning a glass with a rag, looked at her strangely. Then when Erza sat down she changed that bad mood face for a smile and said, Erza, give me 10 plates of ramen please. Mira-chan, Erza said kindly with a smile and slightly rosy cheeks. Everyone was surprised by that. Jiraiya dropped the book, Naruto dropped his ramen chopsticks, and Mira Jane dropped the glass, breaking it. Everyone had their mouths open and their eyes rolling because usually the redhead ordered cake but ramen. Then that sudden mood change, and what alarmed them the most was she was nice to Mira Jane. Something was wrong. Jiraiya, because I have a bad feeling about this, Jiraiya thought with the same face as everyone. Chapter 7 News. Mary Jane, Erza, are you okay? Look, asked Erza very nervously. Erza, yes, I feel good because you asked. The redhead asked the white-haired girl, surprised. Mary Jane, well then, I'll bring you your ramen. The white-haired girl responds a little doubtfully to the redhead, turning around to go to the kitchen. Erza, bring me 9 better, Erza told him. Mary Jane, but you didn't want 10, the one with blue eyes responded. But then when he turned around again he saw Naruto lying on the floor with a bump on his head, while Erza ate her ramen. 2 days later. Natsu, What mission should I take? Natsu asked himself, looking at the missions. Gray, choose the one that's a lizard, Gray said / insult. Natsu, what did you say? Ice Princess, Natsu replied. Gray, you heard me. Living torch, Gray attacked him. Erza. Natsu, Gray, stop fighting, Erza told them, arriving. Just when he was going to hit them, he felt a pain in his body and went to sit down. Gray, Erza, what's wrong? Gray asked her, a little worried about the redhead. Erza, I'm not fine at all, the redhead answered, a little tired. Gray, are you sure? Gray asked him again. Erza, yes, I already told you that this is fine. Erza told him. When she got up, she wiggled a little and quickly ran outside. That seemed strange to everyone in the guild, and then everyone was going to leave, but Mira stopped them, and she was the one who went to see her. Mara Jane. Erza, what are you? The white-haired girl remained silent when she saw that Erza had vomited outside. Mara Jane, Something is definitely wrong, Mira thought. Mara Jane, Gray, Natsu, come right now, the girl shouted / ordered them, calling the boys within the guild. Gray, what happened? Gray asked him. Mara Jane, I need one of you to go with the master to his office, and the other to go get the blonde who is on the outskirts of Magnolia training with that perverted old man, Mira ordered them. Both boys agreed, and Natsu went for the teacher and Gray went for Naruto. With Naruto. Jiraiya, again, Jiraiya yelled at Naruto. And Naruto was practicing the Rasengan, trying to make it even bigger. Naruto, I'm coming, Naruto replied. Naruto Kage Bunshin no Jutsu was what Naruto said when doing his jutsu, and a clone of him appeared and got into position to do the Rasengan, and then the Rasengan appeared in his hand. Naruto, good, a little more, the blonde thought, adding more chakra while the Rasengan grew little by little. Jiraiya, it's not enough, make it grow faster, Jiraiya demanded of Naruto. Jiraiya, when you walk in a battle, your opponent will not take even a few seconds to kill you if you take a long time on one simple thing, Jiraiya shouted at Naruto. And Naruto, who was getting angry, added a lot more chakra and the Rasengan began to grow faster. Jiraiya, excellent, Jiraiya thought when he saw the Rasengan already grown. Jiraiya, very good, now the clone disappears and hold it yourself, Jiraiya said to Naruto. Naruto stabilized the Rasengan, which was the size larger than his head, and would have held it longer if not for something else. Gray, Naruto, Gray shouted, coming to where he was. And when the blonde turned to look at him, he lost concentration and the Rasengan exploded, sending him flying backwards, and he was caught by Jiraiya in time. Jiraiya. What happened, brat? Jiraiya asked him while he put Naruto down. Gray. Erza is not feeling very well, Gray told Naruto. That alarmed Naruto. Naruto, what happened? Naruto asked him, already sitting on the ground. Gray began to tell him the details, and after finishing telling them, Naruto ran quickly to the guild, leaving Jiraiya and Gray behind. In the guild. Naruto arrived at the guild and looked for Erza and couldn't find her. Naruto, hey, do you know where Erza is? Naruto asked Jet. Jet, he left with the teacher and Mira with Morley Yusuka, the boy responded to Naruto. Naruto, and who is she? The blonde asked him doubtfully. Jet, she is a friend of the teacher, Jet told Naruto, and then told him where he lived. Naruto agreed and went back out and ran towards where Morley Yusuka lived. With Morley Yusuka. Naruto Yarzie, that was Naruto's scream, slamming the door. After that, Mira and Makarov turned around and saw the blonde. Makarov. Ah, you're here, Makarov said to Naruto. Naruto, that doesn't matter where Erza is, Naruto asked Makarov worriedly. Makarov was going to answer until Morley Yusuka arrived. Mira Jane. How is Erza? Mira asked Morley Yusuka. Morley Yusuka, well, first of all, who is this? Morley Yusuka asked Makarov. Makarov, he is Erza's partner, Makarov responded to Morley Yusuka. Morley Yusuka looked at him for a few seconds and then approached Naruto and slapped him, surprising Makarov and Mira Jane. Naruto, why was that? Naruto asked, annoyed while rubbing his cheek. Morley Yusuka, that was for being an idiot and not using protection, the old woman said to Naruto, and that confused the teacher and the white-haired girl. Mira Jane, what do you mean by protection? Mira asked. Morley Yusuka, well, since this is the redhead's partner, on the one hand he is an idiot, and on the other hand I congratulate him, said the woman. Naruto, congratulate me? Why? Naruto asked poorly Yusuke. Poorly Yusuke, well, it's very easy because your girlfriend is pregnant, human, poorly Yusuke finished telling him. That left the teacher and Mira looking like fish. Naruto, pregnant, Naruto told her nervously and surprised. Poorly Yusuke, you heard me, congratulations, you're going to be a dad, old poorly Yusuke responded. Watch came out of shock. Mary Jane Co. Like you and Erza did that I asked? Mira looked at Naruto a little nervous about the answer. Mira saw that Naruto didn't answer her. Mary Jane. Blonde, what's wrong with you? She asked again. Look at Naruto. But Mira, when you touched it, this didn't happen anymore. Naruto, oh my god, said the blonde before falling to the ground, passed out. But later. Naruto opened his eyes, blinking a little, and saw that he was in the guild and saw that he was lying on a toad. Makarov. You're finally waking up, Makarov said seriously to Naruto. Jiraiya. Fence brat, you owe me a lot of explanations, Jiraiya said to Naruto. Naruto didn't understand anything until he remembered. Naruto, where is Erza? Naruto asked her. They turned to the right and saw Erza sitting touching her abdomen, and everyone surrounded her asking her how she was. Jet, and tell me what you have, Jet asked him. Mikao, yes, tell us what's wrong, Mikao asked him. Lisana, are you sick? Lisana asked him. The questions would have continued if it weren't for Makarov. Makarov. Leave her already, Makarov told them, reaching where everyone else was. Natsu, but Grandpa, we want to know what happened to Erza, Natsu replied. Makarov, well, this news that you are going to receive will be very shocking, so get ready, Makarov told them. What news? The entire guild thought. Makarov, very well, Naruto. Erza, would you like to do me the honor of telling you? Makarov asked the blonde and the redhead. When Makarov saw them, he saw that they had a sad face and a sigh. Makarov, very well, I think I'll say it, said Makarov. But the old master was interrupted. Erza, I'm pregnant, Erza shouted at them. Everyone was in shock until Jiraiya also had only one thing on his mind, Erza, the tough girl who doesn't leave anyone behind, she was pregnant. Jiraiya, what was Jiraiya's scream coming out of shock seeing Erza and Naruto. Both of them just lowered their heads and everyone was already out of shock. Mikao, how was it? Mikao asked. Elfman, you're the man, Elfman shouted pride of his blonde friend. Lisana, I can't believe it, Lisana screamed. Gray / Natsu, the beast has been mounted, Gray and Natsu shouted at the same time. Mira Jane, let's all be quiet now, Mira yelled at them, stopping the questions. Suddenly Makarov left with Erza and Naruto. Makarov, and tell me what you plow, Makarov asked them. Naruto and Erza turned to see each other. Naruto, and what do you think? The blonde asked the redhead. Erza and knows was what Erza responded. Naruto thought about it for a few seconds. Erza, well, what would we do with him? I'm not ready to be a mother. Maybe we could give him away. Erza suggested the last thing. Suddenly Erza's head was turned to the side and her cheek was red, and that surprised everyone. Natsu, hey, why you hit him? You'll see, Natsu said with fists of fire ready to attack Naruto, but was stopped by Makarov. Makarov. Don't do anything, Makarov said seriously to Natsu. Natsu, but Grandpa, Natsu replied. And he just shook his head and returned to the blonde and the redhead. Erza W. Why did you do that? Erza said with a tear coming out of her eye. Naruto, because W. How did you think of saying that about giving it away? Naruto said a little angry. Erza, but I'm not ready to be a mother, Erza told Naruto again. Naruto, no one is ever prepared for anything. Imagine a war. Wars can be created out of nothing and you don't even realize it. Tell me that baby that is growing inside you is to blame, Naruto told him seriously. Erza thought about it for a few moments because the blonde was a little right. Naruto, if I had to choose, I would gladly want to raise that baby, Naruto said to Erza. That surprised Erza and she turned to look at him. Naruto, I doubt that baby will suffer what we suffer, but leaving him is not the best option. Abandoning him is the worst thing they have done to us, and you want to have that on your conscience, the blonde told him. Erza thought about her past if the baby growing inside her wasn't to blame. Naruto, but you know that would be another good reason, Naruto said to Erza. Erza and the entire guild paid attention to the reason thing. Naruto, it would give me a good reason to strive for, to endure any torture, to pass every challenge and to be strong, and that would be to protect my family, Naruto told him the last thing with a smile. Everyone heard that. They felt happy to have a friend like the blonde, and Jiraiya couldn't help but smile with great pride for his student, and Erza, just like before, saw Naruto as a light again, and he was right, she would also try hard. Erza, well, it's okay, I'm also strong to protect our family, Erza told him, even more animated and with a smile on her face. That couldn't stop everyone from shouting with joy. Makarov, well, the decision is made by this creature that is growing inside these two members of Fairy Tail, and when they decide to be parents, I will only say that it is time to celebrate, Makarov said with a proud smile. Everyone was going to start celebrating until Jiraiya walked up to Naruto with a serious face. Naruto. What's wrong, Arrow Sanin? Naruto asked, a little nervous when he saw his sensei's face. Jiraiya. I only have one thing to say, Jiraiya told him. There was silence for a few minutes. Jiraiya, explain to me what things you did, tell me any details, Jiraiya asked him with a perverted smile, and with his notebook ready to write. But what Naruto said was what tied him to his death. Naruto, well, everything we did was part of your book, Ika, Naruto replied. But soon Jiraiya felt a presence behind him. Erza, so Naruto reads those books because of you, Erza told him with her eyes that glowed red, but red with torture. It reminded Jiraiya of something. Jiraiya K. Kushina, Jiraiya thought as he saw the image of her behind Erza. And apart from the celebration, Jiraiya's screams of agony were heard. Chapter 8, Pregnancy Part 1, 3 months. Faster, a scream was heard that was more of an order. That's all you have, look to the bottom and tell me what you see, the finished voice ordering. And it is happening very easily. You can see Erza sending several clones of Naruto to clean her new house while she was sitting while having a lemonade. Naruto, why does this have to happen to me? The blonde thought with anime-style tears. The blonde was wearing a one-piece black maid's dress, combined with a white apron with frills, and also combined with a white Katyusha sash with frills. Mini flashback. Makarov, I have news for you, said Makarov while looking at Naruto and Erza. Naruto, yes, and which one is old? The blonde asked Master Makarov, and then he was hit on the head by the redhead. Erza, have more respect for the teacher, Erza scolded Naruto. Makarov, it's okay, Erza. It doesn't bother me, Makarov told her with a funny smile when he saw the little scene. Erza, well, what did you want to tell us, teacher? The redhead asked Makarov. Makarov, well, from now on you two will live together, Makarov told them. Both boys were surprised. Naruto, you're serious, old man, the blonde told him now. Makarov, of course, I even did them the favor of buying it, and Jiraiya-san bought them the furniture, Makarov finished telling them. Naruto, great, said the blonde as he imagined him sitting on the couch while Erza cleaned and made food. End of mini flashback. Naruto, it's not how I had imagined it, the blonde thought when he saw that he was the one cleaning. Even Jiraiya had given him a book called Instructions on How to Treat a Pregnant Woman for Idiots. Naruto, where did he get that book from, thought the blonde. Erza, Naruto, come here, I order Erza to Naruto. And Naruto ran and stood like a soldier in front of her. Naruto, what do you offer, Mrs. Erza? Naruto said to Erza. Naruto, bring me more lemonade, Erza said to Naruto, showing him the empty glass. Naruto, but you couldn't ask any of the clones, Naruto said to Erza. Erza Haber, who is the pregnant one here? Erza asked Naruto. Naruto, sigh, you are, Naruto told him very tiredly. Erza, very good, now do what I asked you, Erza said / ordered Naruto. Naruto grabbed the glass and walked towards the kitchen. Naruto, if this is how your girlfriend treats you when she's pregnant, I don't want to imagine what it will be like when we are married, Naruto thought while he trembled as he imagined the torture. First month, pain and vomiting. First symptom, pain. Naruto was asleep on the couch at home until he heard a noise and got up quickly and went to the room he shared with Erza. Naruto, Erza, what happened? Naruto asked when he saw Erza on the ground. Erza, and I don't know, my body started to hurt, but help me get up, Erza asked Naruto with difficulty. Naruto approached and grabbed her waist and began to lift her up. Erza, there's the girl said in pain. Erza, my waist hurts, let go of me, let go of me, let go of me, Erza asked Naruto. Naruto only raised an eyebrow. Naruto, okay, and he let her go as if it were nothing from her, and she fell to the ground again, and Erza gave her I'm going to kill you face. Erza, hey Naruto, couldn't I call Erza to Naruto? Naruto Mande, Naruto replied. Erza, I'll come closer please, Erza said, and Naruto approached her. Boom. It was the noise the blonde's body made when it hit the wall. Erza, when I told you let go of me, I said it in a way that you would leave me in bed. Idiot, Erza shouted angrily with her fist in front of her, showing that she had hit the blonde and fell to the ground again. Erza, Naruto, help me get up again, Erza asked kindly. And Naruto, now recovered, approached and lifted her again by the waist. Erza, don't let go of me, Erza asked him again. Naruto, okay, the Uzumaki said, and Erza fell to the ground again. In the guild. There was Jiraiya on the roof of the guild while he was writing a message for Tsunade, and Natsu and Gray were fighting as usual, but now outside the guild. Gray, what is that? Gray said when he saw something flying by in the sky. Natsu, it's a dragon, Natsu said, very excited. Gray, of course not, it's a bird, Gray said, squinting to see clearly. Jiraiya, it's Naruto. I mean it's Blondman, Jiraiya exclaimed like a child. A drop appeared on the back of Natsu and Gray's necks as they looked at Jiraiya, and he turned to look at them. Jiraiya, what? I couldn't resist saying it, Jiraiya told them. Note, you already know why it flew right XD. Second symptoms, nausea and vomiting. Naruto was walking home after a 3-day mission. Naruto sighed, I can finally get to rest. I know it was a bad idea to leave Erza alone, but I need money to support her. Now I'd better stop worrying about how bad it might be to have left her alone, Naruto finished thinking. Naruto arrived at the door of his house. Naruto, Erza, I'm here. The blonde remained silent when he saw the house. There was vomit everywhere, for example, in the living room, on the floor, in the kitchen, in the patio, in his room, and where it hurt him the most was seeing his favorite chair all vomited and dirty. Naruto, armchair dear, why Kami, why? Naruto shouted while he cried comically. Naruto, and the worst thing is that he didn't finish paying you yet, the blonde finished saying and vented his sorrows in his beloved armchair. Second month wait. Everyone was gathered in the guild having a good time until Erza arrived with Naruto. Naruto, are you still in pain? The blonde asked the redhead as they approached the bar. Erza, almost not anymore, but it still hurts, Erza replied. And the couple grabbed some chairs and Naruto helped Erza sit down. Naruto, ugh. No offense, but you're starting to get a little heavy, was what Naruto thought. Erza, really? Erza asked him. Naruto, yes, but don't worry because... But the blonde was interrupted. Natsu, listen, everyone turned around. Natsu, Yarzie is getting fat, the pink-haired dragon slayer shouted after hearing what Naruto said. Then Natsu began to feel an evil presence behind him, and Natsu turned his head slowly and saw Erza, and also saw that her eyes were glowing red, and while Naruto put on a helmet that he took from who knows where. Naruto, just in case he throws himself at me, the blonde thought as he saw how Natsu was hit. Third month, breast growth and more vomiting. Erza was in the bathroom trying to put on her bra. Erza, hey, why don't you close the damn thing? Erza cursed at her underwear. Erza, grr. Naruto, comes here, shout Erza. Naruto was in his favorite chair reading the pregnancy book that Jiraiya had given him until he heard Erza scream. Naruto sighed. Now what do you want? Naruto muttered to himself. Erza, whatever do I want? Come here, Erza screamed. Naruto H. How did he do it? Naruto thought with his eyes rolling for not knowing how the redhead had hurt him. And Naruto got up and went to the bathroom door without stopping reading the book. Naruto, what's wrong? Naruto asked Erza, leaning against the door. Erza, my bra got too small, so go buy me another one, Erza said to Naruto on the other side of the door. Naruto, a small bra? The blonde thought, and began to search the book until he found what he was looking for. Naruto, hee. Naruto laughed. Erza, what are you laughing at? Erza asked Naruto. Naruto, hee. What happened is that your bra didn't get small, but your breasts grew, Naruto said to Erza. Erza, and how do you know that? You've really spied on me, pervert, Erza said to Naruto, very angry. Naruto, of course not, maybe call it a paternal instinct. The blonde lied to the redhead so as not to tell her about the book. Erza, parental instinct, he's not even born an idiot yet, the redhead scolded the blonde. Naruto, you underestimate me, my dear Erza, if you haven't noticed that your belly has grown a little, the blonde said to the redhead. Erza, you seem to have grown up, you called me fat, the red-haired magician replied to the blonde ninja. Naruto, when you heard me call you fat, Naruto said to Erza. Erza, right now, the redhead responded to the blonde. Naruto sighed. Better open the door, Naruto asked Erza. Then Erza opened the door and Naruto walked in, but not before he had put his book away. Erza, how do you know that he's grown up, was what the girl asked her, referring to her belly. Naruto put on some glasses that he got from who knows where. Naruto, what happens is that the changes inside your body are also important. Your uterus is housing our baby, which at this stage should not exceed 5 centimeters. You may have gained between 1.5 kilos. The important thing is that you start taking care of yourself now, the finished blonde explaining. Erza, and how do you know all that? Erza asked Naruto, very surprised to see that the blonde knew more than her. Naruto, I already told you, that's paternal instinct, the blonde responded to the redhead with a smile on her face. Erza, so that means that you will help me take care of myself, since our baby will start to grow, Erza told him while she hugged the blonde, and it didn't matter if she wasn't wearing a bra. Naruto, well, of course I will help you because it is my duty both as your man and as a father, Naruto said to Erza with a smile on his face. Erza smiled at him and kissed him, and the kiss lasted a few seconds, and then Erza felt a sensation. Erza, oh, Erza thought when she knew what it was. And then Erza vomited in the blonde's mouth. Out of memory. Kurama, what a disgusting scene, Kurama said in the blonde's mind while the other Bijus agreed. How disgusting, all the people from the war thought. I'm so sorry for you, sons / Naruto, Jiraiya and Naruto's parents thought in heaven. In memory. Erza, oops, sorry, Erza apologized as she separated from the blonde. Naruto was still like a statue. Erza, Naruto? Erza asked him again. When Erza touched her cheek with her finger, the blonde fell to the ground fainting while a thick, green liquid came out of her mouth. Chapter 9, Pregnancy Part 2, 6 months. 4th month, a little fight. Naruto, when I was going to rest, the Uzumaki said to himself, very tired and with sleepy dark circles under his eyes. The blonde's face looked very tired and it seemed like he was going to fall asleep while he walked towards the guild. Naruto, thank goodness I'm going to arrive, Naruto said to himself with a very tired but relieved smile when he saw the doors of the guild, and he closed his eyes and walked without caring about anything. Inside the guild. Everyone was in a very calm atmosphere and Erza was sitting at a table eating ramen, strawberry cake and peach yogurt. And she was wearing a white strapless dress so that her belly would grow without problems, and that she already looked a little big, meaning that the baby was developing very well. Erza, wow, you really love peach yogurt, don't you? Erza said, speaking in a motherly way to her already slightly grown belly. Then the doors of the guild were opened by Naruto, and everyone went blank, and Naruto walked hunchbacked with the same tired face, and with a little saliva coming out of his mouth as he approached the bar. Naruto, because everyone will be so quiet, Naruto thought with his eyes closed, letting his head fall on the table when he didn't hear a single noise. Mary Jane then approached Naruto. Mary Jane, hey blonde, the white-haired girl spoke to him, and Naruto raised his head and interrupted Strauss. Naruto, oh, Mara-chan, could you serve me some ramen? Naruto asked with an attempt at a smile. Mary Jane, yes, sure, but why are you dressed like that? Mary Jane asked Naruto at the end. Naruto, huh? Dressed how? Naruto said to Mary Jane, a little surprised. And then the blonde tiredly saw himself, and then Naruto, ah, was Naruto's cry from him, not caring about the dream he had. Naruto, because I'm wearing this, Naruto said to himself when he saw that he was wearing the same green suit that Rock Lee wore. Naruto, surely this was Ero Senin's fault, Naruto said to himself, blaming the Senin. Jiraiya. Don't even blame me, brat. Jiraiya told him, sitting a few meters from the blonde. Jiraiya, it's not my fault that because of the dream you have you don't know what you put on. Jiraiya finished telling him after drinking some of his tea. Jiraiya, well, I'll be back later. I'll take the train to go to a meeting with Makarov, was what Jiraiya said as he left the guild. Then after Jiraiya left, a voice was heard on the second floor. I never thought Fairy Tail would go so low as to have a whore. Was what a blonde boy with a lightning bolt scar on his right eye said. Natsu Laxus. Fight with me, was what Natsu said when he saw the teacher's grandson. Laxus Erza, you are a disappointment to the guild. Let yourself get pregnant by a mediocre guy like him, was what Laxus said, insulting both boys who were already very angry. Laxus, well, although you were already mediocre before he arrived, Makarov's grandson finished saying. Naruto, hey, who do you think you are to talk that way? Naruto said very angrily. Laxus, let me tell you that I believe myself to be the next master of Fairy Tail, Laxus told him arrogantly. Naruto, well, let me tell you that I will be the next Hokage of my village, so you are not the only special one, the blonde replied. Laxus smiled evilly. Laxus, how do you plan to be the next Hokage if you couldn't save your friend who was raped and murdered? Laxus told him, to get Naruto more mad so he would try to attack. Naruto, how do you know? Naruto asked him with his eyes wide open. Laxus, ha 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 ha, I thought I touched a sensitive spot, Laxus told him, and seeing that Naruto kept his anger under control, he decided to turn around to leave, but when he turned around he only saw a blue light. Naruto Rasengan, said Naruto, hitting him directly in the abdomen with the Rasengan. Laxus grrjj, the electric mage grunted in pain. And before the Rasengan could hurt him anymore, Naruto made it disappear and grabbed Laxus by the collar of his shirt with his left hand, and the only thing left was the mark of a circle on Laxus's abdomen, and then he punched him with it. Right fist. Laxus growl, was Laxus grunt of pain but with a little more force and spitting out a little saliva. Laxus H. How does he hit so hard, was what the older blonde thought, and when he saw Naruto directly he saw that he was surrounded by a red energy, and his eyes stopped being blue and were now red and like those of a fox. Laxus, huh? That was the only thing Laxus thought when he saw behind Naruto the image of a giant fox looking at him with anger, like Sasuke when he fought against Naruto in the Valley of the End and saw the image of Kurama. Naruto St19 Tail Demon Fox. Naruto brought his face close to Laxus's and spoke in a demonic voice. Naruto, I don't know how you found out about that, but you better not speak ill of Akiko. Naruto finished telling him, and then gave him a hard blow to the stomach and sent Laxus flying, and he fell from the second floor and also breaking some tables, and Naruto jumped down and walked slowly towards Laxus. Laxus, apart from being mediocre, you're also stupid, was what Laxus told him, wiping some blood from his mouth. Laxus, I didn't speak ill of your friend, I just commented on what I heard, Laxus told him, standing up. Laxus, but if you want to fight, that's what you'll have, Laxus finished telling him, and then let out his magic and disappeared in a lightning bolt. Naruto, it's fast, was what Naruto thought. Naruto was very attentive to see where the blow would come, and then Laxus appeared on the left side in the air, and thus giving Naruto a kick that sent him flying a few centimeters, and thus destroying other tables. Lisana Mirane, we have to stop them, little Lisana said to her sister. Erza, Naruto. Was Erza's cry, who was very worried about Naruto. Laxus, ha 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 ha, that was very easy, was Laxus shout arrogantly, but then a board had hit him in the head and he turned to look and saw Erza with her right arm outstretched. In a few words she had thrown it at him. Laxus, so you want to fight too, was what Laxus said, walking towards Erza. Laxus, it would be a shame if one blow would end your baby's life. Ha 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 ha, Laxus laughed evilly at the end. Erza was scared when she heard what Laxus said and took a few steps back, and several members of the alliance stood in front of her. Gray, you damn, how can you say that? Grace said very furiously. Mikau, for your own good it would be better if you didn't come closer, Mikau threatened him. Elfman, Mirajane and Natsu were also in front. Laxus, don't interfere, Makarov's grandson told them, and then launched a large wave of lightning that sent the others flying. Laxus began to approach until end of OST. Naruto Kaze no Ken Wind Fist, was what Naruto said, suddenly appearing in front of Laxus and hitting him with a wind fist directly in the face and sending him flying outwards, destroying the doors of the guild. The red energy disappeared, but his eyes were still those of the Kyuubi. Naruto, Erza, you're fine, nothing happened to you, Naruto said, very worried. Erza. Yes, I'm fine, Erza replied while she protected her belly with her arms. Meanwhile, Laxus was standing up while holding his face. Laxus, a taste of wind, and it was ent with what he calls chakra, was what Laxus thought, releasing his face, and he could see some scratches on his right cheek. Laxus, I understand why he moved so fast, Laxus thought again as he remembered how Naruto managed to hit him directly with the Rasengan. Laxus, this brat uses wind magic, but the question is, when did he awaken his magic? The Lightning Slayer finished thinking. Fairy tale combat theme, release power. Naruto, how about we continue with our fight, was what Naruto said, arriving with Laxus, and Laxus just saw it very seriously. Laxus put on a smile. Laxus, I hope you make this interesting, the older blonde replied. Naruto, I'll beat you up to teach you some kindness, Naruto said, frowning. Laxus, well, try it. He hears Laxus shout at the end by launching a sphere of lightning. Naruto made his own sphere, thus counteracting Laxus's, and there was a small explosion. Naruto ran towards where Laxus was, and when he was about to hit him, Laxus disappeared and reappeared on top of Naruto, falling with his elbow on Naruto's back, pinning him to the ground. Naruto dodged was Naruto's growl and then disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Then there was a crunch under the ground, and then Naruto appeared punching Laxus. Naruto Mukeke's wind headbutt was what Naruto said, throwing Laxus into the sky, and two clones of Naruto appeared in a cloud of smoke above Laxus. Naruto Burasudo Gus, the two clones of Naruto Lo Burasudo hit with a wind kick, sending him back to the ground, and the original blonde was waiting for him, and Laxus reacted in time and disappeared in a lightning bolt. Laxus, take this, was Laxus's shout, appearing in front of the fox eyes, punching him in the chest, and before Naruto could do anything, the lightning mage grabbed him by the head and ran towards the guild wall, crashing Naruto on the wall. While the rest of the guild saw this, very excited. Macau, to be honest, this fight is very entertaining, was what Macau said when he saw Laxus and Naruto fight. Natsu, I'd bet 10 jewels on Naruto, was what Natsu said. Gray, then I'll bet 15 on Laxus, was what Gray said, and Natsu took that as a challenge. Natsu, then I'd bet 20, was what Natsu said. Gray just grunted. So I'll raise it to 25 jewels, was what Gray said. Natsu, 32 jewels, said Natsu. Gray, 47 jewels, said Gray. Natsu, 50 jewels, Natsu said to Gray. Gray. Well, let it be 50 jewels, was what Gray said. Erza, Naruto, Erza said to herself in a low and worried voice. Meanwhile, Naruto gave a quick clap and stretched his arms to the sides and released a wave of wind, moving the older blonde a few meters away. Naruto Mukakaza, was what Naruto said, launching himself with his wind headbutt, and Laxus dodged it, and then prepared a lightning fist ready to hit the red eye, and then Naruto managed to stop himself and turned around quickly and added, also looking at his fist. Naruto Kaze no Ken, and both fists were about to collide until... boom! A cloud of smoke billowed up. Fine cheese. Jiraiya Vala, I didn't even leave for 10 minutes, and they're already starting a fight. Jiraiya's voice was heard, and when the cloud of smoke left, Jiraiya was seen on an orange toad with blue spots, and said toad was on top of Naruto and Laxus. Makarov. Apparently you arrived first before me, Jiraiya, was what Makarov said to Jiraiya arriving. Jiraiya made the toad disappear, and then Jiraiya helped Naruto get up, and Makarov was going to do the same with Laxus, but he just got up quickly. Laxus, he didn't need your help, was what Laxus said quietly to his grandfather, and Makarov only looked sad for a few seconds. Jiraiya. Well, why were they fighting? Jiraiya asked Naruto. Naruto. That damn guy tried to hit Erza, was what Naruto said with a bit of pain. Makarov. Laxus. Makarov demanded of his grandson in the form of a scolding. Laxus TSK. Was Laxus's snap, and then he was gone in a flash. Makarov, seeing how Laxus left, sighed no more tiredly. 5th month. Erza. Naruto was Erza's cry, very happy, arriving home. Naruto, what happened? Asked Naruto, who was in the kitchen and was wearing pants, and a white tank top and a pink apron, and he also had a cookbook in his hand, and you could smell the smell of the fish and the rice. Erza. Naruto is a girl, she is a girl, Erza said to Naruto very happily. Naruto, who is a girl? Naruto asked Erza a little confused. Erza, our baby is a girl. Poorly Yusuke told me it was a girl, Erza answered, and then Naruto was able to put on a big smile. Naruto, that's great, Naruto said, hugging Erza and starting to spin around, but the laughter didn't last long because… Erza, hey, something's burning, Erza said to Naruto. Naruto's shit was what Naruto said, turning his attention to the food, and Erza was surprised. Erza, hey, and that surprised that you're cooking, the redhead told her. Naruto, well, Eto. Like almost all the time we go to food stalls or ask Mira-chan to make us food, and that doesn't seem fair to me, so I decided to buy a book and learn so that nothing is missing. It was what Naruto said happily, but Erza couldn't help but make a sad face. Naruto, what's wrong? Naruto asked Erza. Erza, what happens is that you are always doing everything. You sweep, you do the laundry, you clean the house, and now you cook, and I haven't done anything to help you. I'm a bad partner, was what Erza told him sadly. Naruto just put his hands on Erza's cheeks, and they looked into each other's eyes. Naruto, don't say that, you do a lot more in this house than me, Naruto told her, and Erza was a little surprised. Naruto, and that is having to create our baby, because I am sure that what you are going through is more tiring than what I do, so the useless one here is me, what Naruto told him with a smile on his face, and Erza, he couldn't help but smile too. Naruto, help me put the plates. The food is almost ready, Naruto asked her, and Erza just agreed very happily. Out of the memory. Kushina, my son, is a great example as a husband. Feel what Kushina said in heaven, very happy to see what her son was like. Minato, I'm certainly very proud, that's what Minato said. While both with Team 7. Sakura, wait, you know how to cook, said Sakura to Naruto. Naruto, of course, yes, Naruto responded to Sakura. Natsu, and cook delicious, was what Natsu said with drool coming out of his mouth. Returning to the memory. 6 month. Sigh. Erza, I already gained 3 kilos, was what Erza said when she got on a scale, and she already had a more noticeable belly. Erza, I hope to have you in my arms, was what Erza said when she touched her belly. The redhead prepared to change and put on something comfortable and left her house. Erza, well, while Naruto is on a mission, poorly Yusuke told me that walking would make me feel really good, so here I go, was the last thing Erza said as she began to walk without realizing that they were watching her from a roof. Erza Scarlet, was what the mysterious person said. Very soon I will make you suffer, the mysterious person finished saying. Chapter 10, Birth and Kidnapping. 7th month. Naruto, what do I do? Naruto said to himself, very upset, while he ran in circles in the middle of the street, and people looked at him as if he were crazy. Naruto, I know, was what Naruto said with a spotlight on his head, and ran away, leaving a path of smoke, while Lee-sana saw him running. Lee-sana, seriously, it is very difficult for Naruto to buy a simple gift, was what the younger Strauss who had accompanied said, or rather that Naruto asked Lee-sana for help because he knew that Mira-Jane would not do it. Jiraiya, knowing Erza, I don't doubt that she will give him a weapon or something like that, was what Jiraiya said, who was also accompanying them. Lee-sana, surely, the white-haired girl answered. Lee-sana, 7 months really go by quickly, was the last thing the white-haired girl said, and then followed the blonde and the Sannin, who only saw her leaving behind the blonde. Jiraiya, 2 more months and your daughter will be born, was what Jiraiya thought with a smile on his face. In Naruto and Erza's house. Natsu Yarzie, was Natsu's shout, standing in front of the door of the house while he was carrying a somewhat large box, and they began to open the door of the house. Erza, oh, it's you, Natsu, Erza told him. She was wearing a simple dress, and it looked like she was making a little effort to walk because of the big belly she had developed, and she saw the box. Erza, thank you for bringing what I asked for. Erza thanked him while Natsu entered the house and left the box on the floor. Natsu, no problem. As long as I can have a fight that you promised me with Naruto, that's fine, Natsu replied. Then Erza began to open the box to see what was inside, and after a few minutes she closed it. Natsu, by the way, what does that box come with? Natsu asked Erza. Erza, it's a gift for Naruto, Erza answered as she sat on the couch. Erza, because today we have celebrated 10 months together, the redhead finished saying, and the dragon's slayer only said a small "oh." At night, 8 p.m. Naruto, Erza, I'm here, was what Naruto said as he entered the house and took off his orange jacket, and went to the table and saw Jiraiya sitting. Naruto Ero Sanin, what are you doing here? Naruto asked Jiraiya. Jiraiya, I can't come visit my student, the Sannin responded with a half smile. Jiraiya, and tell me, have you already thought of a name for your daughter? Jiraiya said to Naruto. Naruto, well, you could say not yet, Naruto replied, very embarrassed. Erza, we will know the right name when she is in our arms, was what Erza said as she left the kitchen while she had one hand on her belly. Jiraiya, déjà vu was what Jiraiya thought, a little surprised. Jiraiya, Haber, Naruto, what gift do you bring for Erza? Jiraiya asked Naruto, and that's why he was there, to see the gifts. Naruto, wait a moment, was what Naruto said, and then he walked towards the entrance door and put in a small box that he left outside, and then he went to Erza and handed it to her, and she began to open it. Erza, these clothes were what Erza said, a little surprised, because the clothes that the blonde gave her were ones that she had seen in a store a few days ago, and the clothes consisted of a white sleeveless blouse, a blue skirt, and boots. Black combat. Naruto, and that's not all, was what Naruto said, and he bit his thumb and put his hand on the ground and then said, Naruto Kuchios no Jutsu, and in a cloud of smoke, Gamakichi and Gamatatsu appeared, carrying from below a mannequin that was wearing custom-made armor. In the heart area there is a cross from the crew's blacksmiths. Naruto, so what? Fabulous truth, was what Naruto said with a smile on his face. Erza, this is my gift for you, Erza said to Naruto and pointed to the box on the side of the couch, and Naruto went to see what was inside. Naruto, was what Naruto said when he saw what was inside the box. Jiraiya, what does that box bring? Jiraiya asked his student about him, and then Naruto closed the box and smiled mockingly at him. Naruto, I won't tell you, was what the blonde answered with a big smile, and Jiraiya just sighed. The next day, Erza was beginning to wake up and sniffed something in the house and quickly knew that Naruto was making breakfast, and she got up and with a little effort she began to go to the kitchen, and when she arrived she saw Naruto putting some plates with breakfast on the table, and she also had her typical pink apron on. Naruto, good morning, Erza the blonde said to the redhead with a big smile on her face when he saw her. Erza, good morning, the redhead replied to the blonde. Can I help you with something? Scarlet asked him. Naruto, well, yes, could you go prepare a coffee for me, was what the Uzumaki asked, to which the redhead responded with a sure. Erza grabbed a cup and started to make the coffee and was putting the spoonfuls into it, but then Erza felt a small movement in her stomach and she accidentally dropped the entire jar of coffee, and it fell into the cup. Erza, don't move like that, you scared me, Erza scolded her daughter inside her belly, and then she lifted the jar and without checking it and didn't see that there was no more coffee. Then she started to put water and a little sugar in it. Erza, here you are, Scarlet tells the blonde while she sat down to eat, and the blonde did the same. Erza, you surprised me the first time, was what Erza said to Naruto before eating a piece of bacon. Naruto, what things? Naruto asked, a little surprised. Erza, you drank coffee. Before you only drank milk for breakfast, the girl replied. Erza, why did you suddenly start taking it? Was what Erza asked him now. Naruto, well, I take it to be more energetic in the mornings, the blonde now responded. After a few minutes they finished their breakfast and Naruto began to drink all the coffee in one gulp. Naruto, that hit the mark, was what Naruto told him while he heaved a sigh of tranquility. Naruto, I'm going to take a bath, was what Naruto said, getting up from the chair. Erza, yes, I'll clean the dishes. Erza told him, to which the blonde nodded and just took a few steps and then stopped, and Scarlet just looked at him a little confused. Erza, what's wrong with you? Erza asked him, and Naruto didn't respond, he just started to shake. Erza, hey, are you feeling okay, Naruto? Erza asked him, now worried when she saw him trembling. Erza, Naruto, Scarlet called again, and in a blink the Uzumaki was no longer there. Erza, HUH? Was the only thing that came out of Erza's mouth, because there was nothing more than a smoke figure of the blonde. Then an orange blur passed by her side and she saw Naruto, who looked already dressed in his clothes. Always. Erza, weren't you going to take a bath? Erza asked her. Naruto, what are you saying? Naruto responded at surprising speed. Naruto, goodbye. Naruto said goodbye and disappeared like a flash of lightning. Erza, what the buck happened to him, was what Erza said, seeing the door almost broken by the blow that the blonde gave her when he closed it forcefully. This means later or moments later. Naruto ran at an incredible speed that only left a line of smoke and his footprints were marked on the ground. Naruto, I feel so alive, was Naruto's scream as he ran from the effect of caffeine. Naruto was about to arrive at the guild, and while inside the typical morning fight was going on. Gray, you'll see, torch head, was the insult that Gray said to the pink-haired man. Natsu, go ahead, talking boy, the pink-haired man returned the insult. Gray, it's called ice. Brainless lizard, Gray insulted him back. Natsu, damn ice man, was what Natsu said, mispronouncing the word ice again. Both boys launched an attack and pulled their hair while they rolled on the floor, and while the others enjoyed the morning talking, then the guild door opened with force and everyone turned to look, and there was no one. Mikao, it must have opened with the wind, was what Mikao said. Wakaba, who knows, Wakaba replied. Then Natsu and Gray were kicked like a ball and bounced around the guild and then fell onto a table, raising a cloud of smoke. Who was it? Who was it? Natsu and Gray asked angrily at the same time. Naruto OST 1, go Naruto. Naruto, it was me, and what Naruto answered, standing in front of them while jumping slightly. Naruto, come on, attack, Naruto told them, and then both boys launched the attack and Natsu and Gray raised a fist each to hit the blonde, and then being so close to Naruto, the blonde grabbed both of the boys' wrists and put them in the opposite direction, and so Natsu's fist hit Gray in the face, and then Gray hit Natsu. Naruto, because you fight among yourselves, was the only thing Naruto said mockingly, and he began to play with them as if they were toys and hit them in the face with his own fists. Naruto, don't hit each other, don't hit each other, don't hit each other, don't hit each other, and that's how Naruto was until he let go, and they both fell to the ground with red faces and spiral eyes. Lee-sana, what's wrong with Naruto-san? Was what the younger Strauss asked. Mary-Jane, and I do and know, the eldest Strauss responded to her de Ella sister de Ella, and then she approached the blonde and grabbed him by the shoulders to stop his jumping. Mary-Jane, hey blonde, calm down, was what Mary-Jane said to Naruto. Naruto, what are you saying? I'm very calm, was what the blonde said quickly, and Mary-Jane sniffed the blonde's breath a little and discovered what it was. Mary-Jane, you smell a lot like coffee, I'm sure that's why you're like this, was the only thing the white-haired girl said, and then she let it go, and Naruto bounced like a spring all over the place, while both Laxus was on the second floor watching what happened with boredom. And then he yawned a little and closed his eyes, and then as he did that he felt like his face was crushed by 2 feet. Laxus, you, damn, was what Laxus said, already angry after Naruto jumped on his face and began to follow him. Laxus, stop running, the older blonde told him again, while he followed the blonde who was running in circles. Naruto, haha, you can't catch me, the Uzumaki mocked the Dreyer, and then ran outside, and then Laxus followed him. Makarov, I could believe it if it were Natsu and Gray who were chasing him, was the only thing Makarov thought seeing what happened. Makarov, but Laxus, the old man finished thinking with an anime-style drop on the back of his neck, although for a moment he saw a small smile on Laxus's face. While both Laxus had already caught up with the blonde and was running next to him, Jiraiya was a few meters away from reaching the guild and saw the 2 blondes running and wanted to say hello. Jiraiya, good morning, Naruto. Jiraiya greeted him, and then the Sannin, thinking that the blonde would stop to return the greeting, did the opposite and was kicked like a ball and sent flying. Jiraiya, HHHH, was Jiraiya's cry from him as he disappeared in a glow in the sky, while Laxus, who had stopped, looked up at the sky. Laxus, what a good kick they gave him, was the only thing Laxus said, and then returned to the guild, forgetting to follow the Uzumaki. Fine cheese. 8th month. After what happened with the caffeine and the blonde, another month had passed and Naruto was walking through Magnolia carrying about 9 boxes and Erza was walking next to him. Naruto, why don't you help me? The blonde asked the redhead while with a little effort he prevented the boxes from falling because they were swinging. Erza, you're being serious, Scarlet responded to the blonde's stupid question. Erza, I'm pregnant and obviously I can't even help you, the redhead scolded the blonde. Naruto, it's okay, I got it, the blonde told him. After a few minutes Erza stopped her walk and Naruto collided with her. Naruto, why are you stopping? I almost dropped the boxes, Naruto said angrily, looking at her from one side of the boxes. Naruto, hey, are you listening to me? Naruto said when he saw that the redhead didn't respond. Erza, 2 for 1, Erza muttered, and Naruto barely heard her. Naruto, what? Naruto asked him. Erza 2 for 1, Erza said again, now a little louder. Naruto, what do you mean 2 for 1? The blonde asked him again. Erza 2 for 1, the redhead said, almost shouting when she saw on a sign that the cakes were 2 for 1, and with effort she went to the store quickly. Naruto, wait, the blonde said, and trying to run he started walking sideways to prevent the boxes from falling. Erza saw a long line and started pushing them all away. Erza, make way, pregnant on the way, said the redhead while pushing everyone and thus earning not very good looks from the other people who said nothing more than damn conceited, abusive, damn dyed hair, and then Erza turned to look at them with a serious face. Erza, your insults only feed my ego, Erza told them, silencing everyone and entering the bakery like a winner. After that, he went to the pastry chef. Welcome, what are you going to order? The worker asked. Erza 2 strawberry cakes, Erza asked. Well, son. The worker was interrupted by Erza. Erza, better 3, Erza corrected herself, and before the baker could speak Erza came forward. Erza, no better 4, no better 6, no better give me 8, Erza asked him with the exact amount. Perfect, I'll bring you your order right now. The baker left, and Erza started looking in her bag, and the only thing that came out was a fly. Erza, I don't have money, Erza said to herself in shock, but then she remembered something important. Erza, Naruto comes here, the redhead almost shouted at the blonde who with a little difficulty entered the place. Naruto, what's wrong? Naruto asked Erza, and then he felt his pocket being searched by the redhead. Naruto, oh, hey, what are you looking for? The blonde asked him again because he was moving it a lot and the boxes were moving to the side and the blonde was doing everything so they wouldn't fall. Erza, here it is, Scarlet said with victory when she had the blonde's toad wallet and prepared to pay, and while the Uzumaki had a big dilemma. Naruto, hey, could you use my wind magic to levitate these boxes so I wouldn't have to carry them anymore? Thought the blonde, finding a solution to his problem, and a white aura began to surround him, and his hair moved with a wind that began to surround him. Naruto, slowly the blonde began to carefully release his wind magic slowly on the boxes and saw that they were floating. Naruto, perfect. Now I just have to concentrate so they don't fall, the blonde finished thinking, and then the fly that had come out of Erza's bag landed on her nose and gave him a small itch. Naruto, aachuu, that was the blonde's sneeze, and he lost concentration and a small wave of wind was made, and before the tent was destroyed, Erza had already come out. Erza, idiot, Erza said to Naruto when she saw the destroyed place. Erza, luckily I had already bought my cakes, was what Erza said arrogantly and began to leave. After a few minutes Naruto came out of the rubble and saw the boxes falling from the sky. Naruto Kaige Bunshin no Jutsu was what Naruto said, creating 8 clones and each one caught a box and he also caught one. Naruto, because I didn't think about this from the beginning, Naruto said to himself, and then he saw the destroyed place. Naruto, I'd better go, was what Naruto said, and he and his clones began to run in line. Naruto, finally finished, was what Naruto said while he wiped a little sweat from his forehead, and that was because the blonde was finishing a room that would be for his baby, and it was white. There was not still painted because he didn't like the idea of putting a color that wasn't to his daughter's taste. There was a crib, a drawer, a small blanket on the floor with various toys. Naruto, but it was worth carrying those boxes, the blonde said happily. 9th month. Naruto, Naruto was panting from exhaustion and he was in a forest. Well, what used to be a forest, because now there was nothing. There were burned trees and some of them turned into ashes. And the ground, it was also several slightly deep holes, and it was also seen that it was a clean cut without problems, and the blonde began to put a sword in her sheath and then fell to her knees to the ground. Naruto, I went too far this time, was the only thing the blonde said, and then he made an effort to get up, and in the blink of an eye he was on someone's back. Yes, you've made a lot of progress, was what a deeper voice said while he picked up the blonde and started walking. Naruto Ero Sennin, was what Naruto said very tiredly, and with his eyes closed, and he fell asleep. Jiraiya HMP. I told him to wait for me about 2 hours to start training, and he created a mess alone, Jiraiya thought with a smile. Jiraiya, he's just as impulsive as your Kushina, Jiraiya finished thinking. After a few long minutes Jiraiya arrived at the blonde's house and kicked the door a little to make them open because his hands were in charge of carrying the blonde. Erza, you're an urgent old man. Erza told him, opening the door, and a vein of anger came out of the Sanin's head. Jiraiya, not a little respect, Jiraiya told him. Erza, when you stop being a pervert, the redhead replied. Erza, and what do you bring here? Naruto isn't here right now, I asked her, and Scarlet said. Jiraiya, well, what do you think? The white-haired man responded, turning around, showing the sleeping blonde. Erza, what happened to him? Erza asked him, a little worried. Jiraiya, he was training, and that's how he stayed, was the only thing the Sannin said without going into details. Jiraiya, and I also tried to take away that sword he has, but I couldn't do it, the Sannin told him when he saw that the sword the blonde was holding wouldn't let go even if he was asleep, and then Erza saw it, and just he shook his head. Erza, I told him it was going to take him a while to master her, was the only thing Erza said, missing the Sannin a little. Erza, you can leave him on the couch, Scarlet told him, and the white-haired man put the blonde in the said place. Jiraiya, I have to retire to continue collecting information, was what Jiraiya said with a perverted smile, and began to leave. Jiraiya, I forgot, tell Naruto that he was chosen as an S-rank magician, Jiraiya said to the redhead standing at the door, and then left. Erza, rank S, Erza said to herself, a little surprised, and saw the blonde and sat next to him and began to rub her yellow hair lovingly. Erza, I'm so glad I met you, was the only thing Erza said in a very happy voice, and gave the blonde a kiss on her forehead. Somewhere else. Laxus the most. Everyone get ready, was what a tall man, about 42 years old, with purple hair combed back, a little brown skin, and who also wore white combat boots that he combined with gray pants, a brown belt, and also said. He had 2 magic weapons at his sides, he wore a white shirt and a black cape. His name was Renza. I'm already excited, was what a female voice said, and it was a girl of about 17 years old with white skin, and she was wearing a sky blue dress that was short to her thighs, and she had sneakers the same color as the dress, and her white hair was loose. It reached his back and his green eyes, and he had a smile on his face. His name was Shiroku. As you order was what 2 identical boys said, and they were big and muscular, and they were about 20 years old, and their clothes were the same, consisting of black pants and a white t-shirt, and the only one the difference is that one was bald and the other had his hair combed to one side, and they were also dark-skinned. They had red eyes, and it also looked like they were a little stupid. Their names were Tengaku and Chikyu. Tengaku was the bald one and Chikyu was the one with hair. HMP was the only thing that was heard from the last member, who seemed to be the same age as Naruto and had blue eyes like Naruto's, but a little darker, and his black hair was a little messy, and his clothes were black boots, black pants and a white shirt, and also with black fingerless gloves, and his name was Sando. Renza, while Erza Scarlet is in labor, she will be so weak that she will not be able to defend herself, and so we can use her re-equipped power for our plan, was what Renza said the leader was. Shiroku, what a disgusting girl, was what Shiroku said, disgusted. Shiroku getting pregnant at such a young age, she is a bad example for women, the girl finished saying and then left, and the others did the same except Sando and Renza. There was a great silence, and Sando and Renza looked at each other seriously until Renza broke the silence. Renza, why so much resentment towards that girl? Asked the leader. Sando, it's not something that concerns you, the boy responded, and then left. 2 in the morning. The blonde and redhead couple were sleeping, but Erza moved from side to side, and then she started sweating a lot, and her face looked a little in pain. Erza gave a small scream, and Naruto got up quickly. Naruto, what? When? Where? Was what Naruto said, half asleep, and then he felt the bed a little damp. Naruto, have I wet myself? The blonde asked himself, and when he lifted the blanket he saw that all that liquid came from Erza, and he, still half asleep, got a little advice from poorly Yusuka. Flashback. Poorly Yusuka, when that brat spills some liquids, bring her to my house, the pink-haired old woman told her. Naruto, when do I throw away some liquids? Why? The blonde asked, confused. Don't ask and just do what I tell you. The old woman scolded and grabbed a broom and started hitting the blonde. Now get out of here. She pushed the blonde with the broom and took him out of her house and closed the door on him. Face. Yes, she's crazy, the blonde murmured. Listen to that, said the old woman on the other side of the door, and the alarmed blonde ran away. End flashback. Naruto, In order not to waste any more time, just put on his orange pants and a black t-shirt and his sandals and carried Erza, who had a suffering face. Naruto, how disgusting was what the Uzumaki said when he felt his hands wet, and he began to leave calmly. In Konoha, Tsunade was sleeping, and while she was sleeping she screamed. "Tsunade, but do it quickly, brat," was the cry of a sleeping Tsunade, alarming Shizen. With Naruto, the blonde felt a chill and ran. "Naruto, yes, the city is empty," was what the blonde said while he ran and saw the lonely streets compared to his village where everyone is awake at that hour, and then Erza gave a small scream. "Naruto, I must hurry up," was what Naruto said, accelerating. "Fine cheese." After a good run, the blonde entered the pink-haired old woman's house. Kicking her, Naruto saw her, and she was sitting with her eyes closed. "Naruto, what a strange way to sleep," was what the Uzumaki said, looking closely. "Poorly Yusuke, I'm not asleep." Poorly Yusuke suddenly exclaimed in a demonic way, scaring the blonde. "Poorly Yusuke, what are you doing in my house?" the old woman asked her. "Naruto, well, you told me that when Erza threw some liquids to bring her," the blonde answered, and the pinkette saw the redhead who was asleep, but there was pain on her face. "Poorly Yusuke, and why haven't you woken her up?" the old woman asked seriously. "Naruto, don't worry, you're just having a nightmare, nothing to worry about," the blonde replied, taking an anime-style drop out of Poorly Yusuke, and then he hit the blonde hard on the head, causing a large bump to appear and steam also coming out of it. "Naruto, why did he hit me?" the blonde asked him in pain and anger. "Poorly Yusuke, because your partner is going into labor, and you think it's a nightmare," the old woman told her. "Naruto, did he break? Did he break a cake, or what?" the blonde said stupidly. "Poorly Yusuke, how is it possible that this tremendous idiot got you pregnant?" was what Poorly Yusuke thought because of how stupid the blonde was, and she sighed. Poorly Yusuke put her on Ella's bed. She ordered the blonde, and he did what she told him. "Poorly Yusuke, and wake her up," was what the old woman ordered again, while she took something out of a drawer. "Naruto, why do you want me to wake her up?" the Uzumaki asked her again, and the pinkette just sighed. She had to be direct with him. "Poorly Yusuke, your girlfriend is about to have your baby, and she won't have it while she's asleep," the old woman told her while putting on some gloves. "Naruto, it's serious." "Shit, what am I doing?" was the blonde's scream in panic as he ran in circles. "Poorly Yusuke, well, if you want to help, first of all wake her up," was what the old woman told her. "Naruto, but if I pick her up she'll be in a bad mood," Naruto said, a little nervous about her redhead's character when she was picked up, and an angry look from the pink-haired girl scared him more, and then he saw Erza and then the old woman. "Naruto, I'm sure you don't prefer me to do it in my sleep," was what the blonde told him, and he received a harder blow on his head and better began to wake up Erza. "Naruto, hey Erza, wake up," the blonde spoke affectionately, and the redhead began to blink a little, and Naruto brought her face closer to hers, and just as the redhead woke up, "Erza, ah," was Erza's scream, leaving the blonde deaf, and he fell to the ground. "Erza, it hurts a lot," was Scarlet's scream in pain, and tears came out of her eyes. "Poorly Yusuke, you're about to have your baby, so get ready," the old woman told her, and the redhead began to breathe to calm down when she heard that her baby was on the way. "Poorly Yusuke, I'll open your legs," the pink-haired girl asked her, and the red-haired girl did as she was told, and the old woman began to lift the bottom dress. "Poorly Yusuke, brat, get up," was what Poorly Yusuke ordered to Naruto, and he began to get up, and then Naruto saw how Erza's limbs would be in a way that he didn't think about, and the following only happened. "Naruto, oh my god," was what Naruto said, and then he fainted and the pink-haired girl grew angry. "Ah," was the cry of pain that was heard in the old woman's house. "Poorly Yusuke, come on, you can just hold on a little longer," the old woman verbally supported her. "I can't," answered the old woman. "Poorly Yusuke, just hold on," the pink-haired girl told her. "Erza, you can do it," Naruto. Erza supported the blonde. "And why?" You might wonder why. It's because the blonde was holding her redhead's hand and she squeezed him very hard, causing him hellish pain. "Naruto, you're squeezing too hard," the blonde told him. "Naruto, Naruto shouted louder. "Poorly Yusuke, almost there," the old woman warned them. "Erza, Now it was Erza's scream and the last one of the night. Then there was a great silence, and the only thing that could be heard were the tired gasps of the redhead, and she was finally able to calm her breathing, and then she heard a small cry that could be heard throughout poorly Yusuka's house. Naruto already born was what Naruto murmured in shock, and then tears began to come out of his eyes, and Erza was the same as the blonde. Naruto OST one morning. Poorly Yusuka, you can tell she is your true daughter. Congratulations, poorly Yusuka told them, slightly smiling and showing the baby wrapped in a blanket to the blonde. Poorly Yusuka, here the pinkette said to the blonde, returning to her serious manner. Naruto B. But what if I drop it? Naruto said a little nervously, but a hard look from the old woman scared him, and he began to put her in his arms, and she continued crying. Naruto S. She's S. Oh, estado. Small was what the Uzumaki stuttered, while more tears came out of his eyes and a few drops fell on the baby's face, and she stopped crying to see Naruto with his blue eyes the same as his father's and 2 marks on each cheek. Erza, she has your eyes and your marks, Erza says to Naruto very happily while she cried. Naruto approached Erza and handed her the baby. Erza, hello little one, I'm your mom. Erza introduced herself and uncovered her head to see some red hair. Naruto, I inherited your hair, Naruto told him, very happy that his daughter has her mother's hair color of her. Meanwhile, poorly Yusuka saw the clock. Poorly Yusuka, half an hour until 5 in the morning was what the old woman thought. Poorly Yusuka, the good thing is that the birth didn't last long, the pink-haired girl finished thinking. Poorly Yusuka, hey brat, go sit down and wait, while I check on your girlfriend and your baby to see if they are in any danger of illness or something, poorly Yusuka said to the blonde, and he acknowledged. Naruto, I must tell Ero Sanin, Naruto said as he went to sit down, and bit his thumb and began to make signs with his hands and then hit the ground with it. Naruto Kushios no Jutsu was what Naruto said, and in a small cloud of smoke Gamatsu appeared. Gamatsu, why do you summon me at this hour? The little yellow toad asked him while yawning. Naruto, tell Ero Sanin that he was already born, the blonde replied. Gamatsu, who was born? The little frog asked him. Naruto, then I'll tell you, just go and tell him please, the blonde asked, and the toad agreed and left just as he came. After several minutes, poorly Yusuka told Naruto that they were not taking any risks, and now she dedicated herself to healing Erza and thus finishing her work. Poorly Yusuka, I can only say that everything went very well, the old woman told her. Naruto, seriously, thank you very much, the blonde thanked him. Poorly Yusuka, coming from an idiot, I don't know if I should feel insulted, the pink-haired woman responded, bringing out a vein of anger in the blonde. Naruto, what are you trying to tell me? Naruto asked her very angrily, and the old woman just sighed. Poorly Yusuka, that's why I say you're an idiot, the old woman tells him. Naruto, well, let's go home, Naruto told him, and then a small tremor occurred, taking those in the house by surprise. Fine cheese. Poorly Yusuka, what's wrong? The old woman asked herself. Erza, it's coming from outside, was what Erza said, and then Naruto left the house to see, and when he left he was tangled in silk thread? Shiroku, ha ha ha, how easy it was to catch you, was what Shiroku said, who was sitting on the roof. Shiroku, now guys, was what the girl said, and then Tengaku and Chikyu ran towards the blonde, one from the left and the other from the right, and they typed the blonde. Naruto Aihak was the Uzumaki's scream, and he felt the air leave his lungs due to the blow. The thread disappeared and the blonde fell like a sack to the ground. Chikyu, very well done, brother, Chikyu congratulated you. Tengaku, yes, high five, Tengaku replied and high-fived his brother. Chikyu, now for grandma, was what he said, seeing poorly Yusuka, who had come out to see and stood in a defensive pose with her broom. Both brothers began to approach slowly while laughing with a big smile, after being a few centimeters close. The ground beneath Tengaku began to crack. Tengaku, huh? Was the only thing that came out of the bald man's mouth, so that Naruto then came out of the ground and hit him in the jaw and he fell a few meters back. Chikyu, brother, was what Chikyu said worriedly, turning to look at her twin, and because of that distraction the pink-haired girl punched him in the abdomen and sent him to her brother. Naruto Shippuden OST 2 Track 13 Nanku Furaku Impregnable. Poorly Yusuka, idiots, poorly Yusuka said to the two brothers with a big smile and a less mature voice, only to be surrounded by a cloud of smoke, and another Naruto appeared, implying that he was transformed into the old woman. Shiroku, what? The girl said / exclaimed, surprised to see where the Naruto she had caught was, and then disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Behind you a voice was heard, and before she could turn to look she was kicked in the back and was sent next to the brothers, and now there were 3 Narutos. Shiruka, how? The girl asked, a little hurt. Naruto, they thought it would be very easy, answered the original Naruto, who was the one on the roof, and the 3 assailants began to get up, and quickly each one felt something sharp on their neck. Naruto, well, they thought wrong. Naruto finished telling them seriously, and 3 other clones had Shiruku, Tengaku, and Chikyu trapped. The girl moved her fingers a little and a very thin thread came out of the dress, as if not to be seen but resistant, and she wrapped it around the wrist that had the kunai and squeezed it, and the clone released the kunai and the girl turned around and hit him. He kicked the clone and it disappeared due to the blow, and then he stretched out both arms, and the same thing happened as with the first clone and both clones that were subduing the brothers. They released the kunai, and Tengaku gave him a headbutt from his back and Chikyu hit him an elbow, and thus both clones disappeared. Shiruka, you don't think it would be that easy either, Shiruka told him as he turned around. Shiruka, get ready, the girl told him threateningly, and so the 3 Narutos and the 2 brothers and Shiruka launched the attack. The original Naruto went after Shiruka and he jumped on the white-haired girl and was on her back and ready to kick her again in the face. The back of her she turned quickly and held him. Shiruka, do and hit me again, the girl told him, and then Naruto's leg was wrapped in thread, and she began to squeeze it, and a little blood came out. Naruto ahhhh was Naruto's cry of pain, and the Uzumaki took out about 3 shuriken and threw them at Shiruka, and before touching the shuriken they collided with something as if it were an invisible wall. Naruto, what was the only thing Naruto said, surprised, and then he felt more pressure on his leg and he looked out of the corner of his eye at the clones who were fighting with the brothers, and the clones felt that they were calling him, and Shiruka felt 2 presences and moved his head, and she saw the 2 clones ready to attack her, and each one's fist was wrapped with their wind magic. Naruto Kaze no Ken was what both clones said, ready to hit the green-eyed girl, and she had no choice but to let go of the original blonde and jumped back, avoiding the blow. The 3 Naruto clones bent their legs a little and put one hand up. But back, and in his hand it began to be wrapped in wind magic and then turned into a wind spear. Erza, that attack is new, that was what Erza thought. She was looking out the window, and she was alone in the house, and because she was watching the fight she didn't feel 2 presences behind her. Naruto Kaze no Hatsubai wind spear, and the 3 Narutos launched their spears and were going at incredible speed. Shiruka, they are very fast, was what Shiruka thought in alarm, and was ready to dodge if it weren't for the 3 spears embedded in the ground a few centimeters near her, and she sighed with relief. But then the spears disappeared, and suddenly she thought a large tornado destroying the girl. Shiruka ahhhh was the white-haired girl's scream as she was consumed by the tornado. Tengaku / Chikyu Lady Shiruka / Lady Shiruka was what both brothers said with concern. Fine cheese. Naruto, you 2 are the only ones missing, was what Naruto said, and then the tornado disappeared and Shiruka fell to the ground unconscious with her dress almost gone, and it only covered the important parts, and she had several cuts all over her body and a little blood was coming out of them. The 3 Narutos began to run towards the 2 brothers to attack them, and they only took a few steps back, but suddenly Naruto stopped and was paralyzed, and so were the clones, and they disappeared, and the blonde got on his knees while he covered his ears. Yes, they are useless, was what a new serious and deep voice that could be heard in the air said. Tengaku, that voice was what Tengaku said. Tengaku S. Sanda-sama was what the bald man said, and Sanda's figure appeared in a blur. Sanda, they were almost defeated by this boy, the black-haired man told them. Sanda, there are 3 of you and only one, HMP. How disappointing, the black-haired man finished saying. Chikyu S. We're sorry S. Sanda-sama, Chikyu told him with great fear. Sanda, your apologies are pathetic, was the black-haired man's insult. Naruto, who are you? Naruto asked as he stood up without uncovering his ears from him. Sanda, you already heard my name from those trashes, the black-haired man told him, referring to the twins. Sanda, my name is Sanda, the black-haired man now introduced himself, and Naruto and Sanda stared into each other's eyes with great intensity, blue against blue, but they were taken out of their sight by a scream that Naruto recognized. Naruto Yarzie was Naruto's cry, upset, turning to look at the house, and because of that distraction, the black-haired man moved at a surprising speed and hit the blonde in the face, and he flew until he collided with a tree and raised a cloud of smoke. Sandu, never be distracted in front of me, the black-haired man told him, and the roof of poor Lyusika's house was broken, and out of it came Renza and stood on a tree while he was carrying Erza, and she was holding the baby who was no longer sobbing. Renza, Tengaku, pick up Shiroku, Chikyu, come and do it, the eldest ordered them, and the twins agreed, and Tengaku put Shiroku on his shoulder and jumped, and Chikyu did the same. Renza, finally we have you, but we don't need the baby, was what the oldest said, and then grabbed the baby and threw her. Erza/Naruto no was the panicked cry of Erza and Naruto, and he was in pain from the blow and the crash, and the baby only cried more intensely, and suddenly she was caught by the pink-haired old woman who suddenly appeared. Renza, so you were hiding, poor Lyusika, was what Renza said, implying that he knew the magician. Poor Lyusika, I haven't seen you in a while, Renza, the old woman answered. Renza, Sandu, let's go, Renza said to the black-haired man, and he disappeared and reappeared next to the others. Renza, we are Yogi Sha, was what the older man said, and then he took out a gun, and it began to absorb a purple energy from the tree, and it dried instantly and turned into dust, but Yogi Shas were floating? And the gun shone, and a yellow magic circle with the sign of a tree appeared. Renza Energitsuri tree energy, was what the older man said, and then he fired a large yellow laser. Naruto, I can't move, was what Naruto thought, alarmed, trying to get up. Boom. Erza, my baby, Naruto, was Erza's cry, very scared, worried and alarmed by the large laser, and the only thing she saw was a large screen of smoke, and then she disappeared next to Yogi Sha.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.